wreck the economy, talk of wars. Vote for this stuff, man. What's going on with y'all this morning? What's going on? Did you vote for this mess? Come in, come in, come in. Who's really in charge? Is Donald Trump really the president? Or is he a figurehead? Is he the president or is he the commander in chief? Come on, double tap that screen. Come in, come in, come in. Good morning. What's going on with y'all? How's everybody morning? Y'all know Donald Trump's birthday was yesterday, man. 80 years old. That's crazy. Taking out that he's the president to live to be 80 is an achievement, though. So I give him that. He made it to 80. Shit, a lot of y'all, I mean, know y'all want to make it. I do. I hope I make it to 80. A lot of us ain't make it. I know some people that ain't make it to 21. So, you know what I'm saying? Just to have this wisdom on my face is a blessing. You know, some people go throw a bunch of Beijing and all this stuff on their face trying to hide who they are, but it shows who you are. That when you grow if you got this on your face, you've been through something. Life, you live life. You know what I mean? Whether you live in a box or a mansion, you live life, fam. So, um, with me, like putting Beijing or something, I don't do it. It's just you're not satisfied with yourself, work out, live healthy, you know what I mean? Don't paint yourself, you feel me? Shape yourself, don't paint yourself, you know what I mean? That paint will wear off. And then again, if you cheat and you don't use the right product, motherfuckers can see through it. So I say just shape and fashion yourself by how you want to be. You know what I mean? You do it. Smash that like. It's two of y'all in here right now. That's dope. Did you vote for this mess? Wrecked economy, high gas prices. Know what I mean, did Trump lose the war? They say it's over. They signed a deal. You know what I'm saying? Logical assessment. Good morning. Ah, you want to buy that sweatshirt? Logical. I bet you can't get it nowhere else. That Trump Marina. Hold on. You know what? Where my Trump Marina at? Because I said that was gonna be my new joke too. Yeah, that shit was dope on it. I'm telling you, I'm not a hater of Trump. You know what I mean? I like him when he was heavy branded. Right now, this new Trump, the politician, the businessman politician, maybe commander in chief, not so much. It's 10 of y'all in here. We fluctuating like cryptocurrency. Double tap the screen, man. It's free. Yay. That thumbs up. You want to cop it? Let me know. I gotta shoot me 100. You can get it. Now that's cheap for that because that's a heirloom. That Trump Marina is not even is defunct. It's not even in New Jersey no more. It's owned by whatever that other company out of Las Vegas that own all those hotels. It's 80 y'all in here. Thanks for who just double tapped that stream too, showing that integrity. It's 80 y'all in here, right? Quick. It's 10 of y'all. We fluctuating. Um, double tap the stream is free. We're trying to get 100 likes in here today with this conversation. And somebody, please, did you vote for this mess? High gas wrecked economy. It's 14. I told y'all we fluctuate like some like SpaceX is right now. If you haven't even put a little bit of money, if you got a little extras, even if you don't, try to stretch it. SpaceX, that stock is going to be the new Bitcoin. Elon Musk is a trillionaire. I know you don't like Elon Musk, but I know you like eating, right? Filet mignon. You know what I'm saying? Elon Musk just did a trick with SpaceX and he got all y'all already involved. Your 401k, your 401k plans and all that stuff is that's what's backing Elon Musk and his $1 trillion. If you know anything, Mulch, what's up with you? Chilling, bro. What's up with you, man? How you this morning? What's going on, Jeeper? You said you ain't vote for it. So what did you vote for, Jeeper? But Elon Musk, y'all better get that SpaceX. I'm telling you, that shit is the next big Bitcoin. You better ride the wave now. Why is the 180 some a share? I mean, you ain't got to do 180 some a share. You can do 100. You said you voted for Harris. What was your reason for voting for Kamala Harris? I mean, not the debate because I am a supporter of Kamala Harris or anybody that's coming in that's supporting change. I feel like Kamala Harris ain't have a chance to give you Kamala Harris because them old school Democrats like Biden and them still I mean, what's going on, Charlie Kirk dead? Why ain't you got a jacket on? What you keep? This another channel you got, Charlie Kirk. It must have kicked you off that one here. Let me put a jacket on your crazy ass. Ain't nothing going on, fam. Today we still talking about this Donald Trump, the commander in chief, or is he the president? You know what I mean? I know somebody gonna say this is he's both. Nah, he's either playing the role of a president or a role as a commander in chief. And I would say commander in chief because number one, the president deals with butter. The commander in chief deals with guns. If you're familiar with that, the ratio of guns and butter for the deficit, whether we're gonna spend money for the infrastructure, which is the butter, roads, schools, you know what I mean, the citizens, medical care, deal with that, or the butter side of it, which is the military, industrial military complex, which is more than just the soldiers. You know, the military sells weapons. They got control of the GPS, the global positioning systems. They even have a space force now hooked onto the military industrial complex. So with these variants, he has to either be the CEO of a corporation that's, you know what I mean, producing Americans, or he got to be the CEO of a corporation that's producing war and the things that go around war when he's the commander in chief. Can you understand that? Double tap that stream. 29 of y'all in here. We fluctuating like cryptocurrency, but it put some money on that SpaceX. I'm telling you. That's the shit is the new crypto. That's the new fucking. I'm telling you, that nigga, it just made him a trillionaire. The interest that he woke up this morning with off of the trillion is a couple of billion. Do y'all realize that? The interest that this guy woke up with this morning was a couple of billion. You know what I mean? And put your money on it. I'm telling you, them unrealized gains is gonna be out of this world. Because that's what he dealing with. He dealing with some shit out of this world. You know what I mean? SpaceX is dealing with the new frontier. I told y'all, the person who is gonna be the new trillionaire, and that's Elon Musk, is gonna be the person that's gonna do something that replace the internet, the phone, all the current technology that we look at like, woo. And you know he's dealing with that Starlink stuff. No matter, you don't never know what these people have already discovered that they don't release to the public. He might know something. Smash that like, good morning. Donald Trump is a, why do y'all say that? We all know that. Trump saved the hood folks. What hood folks did he save? What hood? Beverly Hills? Chevy Chase? You know what I'm saying? It won't the hood. DMX saved the hood, homie. It won't Donald Trump. Did y'all see on Fox News, dude was wearing a mask? Yeah, Charlie Kirk, and you could see it right down his neck. He was wearing that, and they never said nothing about that. That probably was the same dude that act like he was a Mexican immigrant, or and then the one act like he was a Trinidad Agua. Y'all know Donald Trump and them went up in Venezuela and killed. They're supposed to be gang leader for the Trinidad Agua now. Did y'all see that? They ain't put that on TV. Is equivalent and when Obama went to Jamaica to get Dudas, the Jamaican dude from the Shower Posse in the 80s that was doing all the drugs, selling all the drugs and stuff in America, they say with the Jamaican gangs and stuff. They went and got him in the 2000s. Obama did. They shot up Kingston, Jamaica too. Baco Wall. Damn, motherfucker still recovering from that shit. But yeah, I remember they had the dude with the rubber neck. That's crazy. Shit like that is happening. I didn't know how to take that when they had the neck shit because I would maybe was he a reptilian or was he it was just another fake motherfucker that shit to fool us, man. That shit crazy. Yeah. Well, Kamala, we didn't get Kamala. We got the Democratic Party trying to save Joe Biden legacy. He didn't want to take his fade. It's 35 of y'all in here. Salute. Double tap the stream, man. Let's get them likes up, man. Let's get them likes up, man. God damn. Americans always want something for free, but when I give you something for free, you don't take it. That's free to double tap that screen. That their screen, man. Did you vote for this mess? What's going on, Bill D? What's up? What you probably drinking a cold Billy D right now? You drinking a cold Billy D right now, ain't you? Smash that like, man. Iran war is over, but did Trump win? That's the question that we should be asking. Did the nigga win? God damn. See, me with my policy, I don't mind them fighting, but is they gonna win? And when they win, whatever they get, are they gonna feed the wolves, split it with the folks, or they gonna get a whole goddamn loaf of bread and don't give me a slice? That's what I'm saying. The Iran war over, so did Trump win? God damn, nigga. Have a town hall meeting and tell us what happened now that is over with, where we had got the scrapping and you know how that go. Yeah, did Trump win, y'all? Like, it's so crazy, man. Smash that like, man. 25 of y'all in here, man. What's the big old deal? Like my boy Aunt Hefe say, hold your head too. Aunt Hefe doing a little time right now. He fighting a case over there on the west side. I don't know him per se in real life, but he had some dope music and his content curation was A1 in the genre that he was dealing with. But I mean, Aunt be like, what's the big old deal? So, you know what I mean? Gone, but you ain't forgotten, fam. You know what I'm saying? Nigga locked up. You know how that shit go. Black people, we have them locked up different, and we heard somebody locked up because we know what they up against. Thanks for having that integrity, double tapping that stream too. Number 8. Let's get them up to 100, man. If you an American, let's get them up to 100, man. Matter of fact, why I got a lot of different Americans in here. What y'all think? Should Camelo had that knife? Should Camelo had that knife in his hand? Now just hold on a minute then. See how you come in? You don't come in what? Howdy, how you come in, just hold on a minute. I know you like some, I mean, wanna be boss. You ain't come in and say greetings. Shashbat. Nanu nanu. You came in, hold on a minute. Dude, finish your breakfast, man, before you try to goddamn go on, eat lunch. You feel me? Smash that like y'all. How did America win, Sleepy? You love my channel. Thank you for that, unprepared mind. Why are you making all that noise? Thanks for that, family. Unprepared man, I'm gonna put a jacket on you. You know what I mean? I don't even need you to moderate. I just like that. You know what I mean? Shout out unprepared minds. My moderators don't get people out of the room or do any of that. I just like people with their own positive when they bring in a positive vibe or they got their own thinking, whether we agree or not. Even if they supremacists with it, it's up to them. I mean, you know what I mean? They got to stand on that. But I like somebody who has their own mind and own conversation. Because if everybody talking the same shit, it's looking like communism or socialism. Because you know what I mean? But how did America win, Sleepy? Sleepy Cruise Ship. I like that name too. Sleepy Cruise Ship. Is y'all don't know cruise ships is dangerous now. They were turning into hellholes. At first it was just the Legion's disease. Now what's that new shit that was just up there? The that all that shit, man. And y'all noticed they done went quiet with the Ebola shit in Africa. That shit was booming. Now they done went Paquito with it. What the fuck? Ebola? Smash that like. Smash that like, y'all. Share me out. You say I always got the greatest phrases. Name 3 of my phrases. Most of it just basic instructions for life, man. I was gonna hit y'all with that Bible shit. Cause they say the Bible, what's the Bible? They call the Bible basic instructions before life ends. Wow. Who the fuck got high as fucking thought of that one? Smash that like, fam. Share me out. Did you vote for this? It's 29 of y'all in here and I got 10 likes. That means it's 19 of y'all don't fuck with me. The East Coast don't fuck with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. The East Coast don't fuck with Death Row Records. Well, smash that like then if you fuck with BMC. Come on, man. Get them up in my Rihanna voice, nigga. Smash that like, man. Damn. Let's get the conversation popping. You know, this shit is algorithm based. If you're really trying to have a dope conversation with a lot of like minded people, maybe y'all might not even agree. The more you smash that like, the more chances that the algorithm gonna shoot you out there. You never know. You know what I mean? Your cousin might see you in Peoria. Is that cousin Mike in the chat screen? You just never know. The topic of discussion is Did Donald Trump win the Iran war? Did you vote for this mess? That's this discussion as Americans. And who divided America, in your opinion, for sidebar? But and also everybody that catches this on the playback, leave a comment below. Did you vote for this mess? And you know what I mean, if you want to take it there, who divided America? You know what I mean? No matter what you decide to say who divided America, that's your choice. I'm not trying to debate with you. I just want to hear what Americans are thinking. So maybe we can get to the bottom of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Smash that like. What's up, Kenny Lee? I gotta put a jacket on your racist ass too, Kenny Lee, because you always coming through. I like to recognize my people that come through. You know what I mean? Holla if you hear me. It's sort of like a hootie hoo. That blue jacket. I know somebody that just came in gonna have a dope conversation, and they're gonna be a free thinker. Good morning, Kenny Lee. How many crosses you burnt last night? Yes, I voted for the, and I'm going to vote again. Good morning, my friend. That's what it is, Kenny. Gas prices went up high for sure. Gas done went the fuck up, and then y'all fucking didn't realize that they told y'all that they can put additives in the gas. So now they cut the shit and then raise the price and cut it. God damn, shrinkflation. That shit. Look, somebody showed me pointed this out to me on one of the last times that I did do the gas shit. That the fucking premium was fucking higher than the regular. I mean, the regular was higher than the premium. Look, y'all can't see that, but look. Okay, look. Hold on. Let me get a better one of that. Let me see. Move this out of the way. Well, anyway, shit, fuck it. The premium was higher than the goddamn the regular was higher than the premium, fam. That was crazy because they would cut their premium with some damn soap or something. And now y'all gonna have to go get your car fucking carburetor fixed because now I mean they don't let them put shampoo in the goddamn shit. Gas didn't go up. It literally went down overnight, and it still hasn't been. But guess what? The dollar with Joe Biden and Obama in them was stronger than the dollar that's with Trump. When you talk about this stuff in the economy and the bills you paying, y'all, the first thing y'all should be doing is go understand what the dollar is and its capabilities when it's not in its full form. It's so many. It's like Nike ain't Nike if it's a bunch of different competitions that they all look smooth. If Jordan got a lot of competition, they ran at the top. It's fragile. And now the euro was created to go against the dollar. It didn't work. And now India and all these other countries are creating a currency to do business in without the dollar. You understand what I'm saying? So the dollar we were spending under Joe Biden, and what's up, Monkey Man? What's up with you? TMB? What's up with you? Good morning. Hey Monk, you think Carmelo Anthony gonna be all right in the Texas penitentiary? The brother's gonna work it out, right? Everybody coming in, he gonna be holding pockets. Let him know he poked somebody. I mean, smash that light. Here in California, the government, okay, hold on. US has a lot of oil and gas. Here in California, the state government is preventing the drilling of oil and the master. But the oil that California has ain't that sweet crude oil, or the government to be getting it. It's that frackish. Know what I mean? It depends on what kind of bones and shells and plants and shit that it was built off of. And you know, with the shelf constantly being moved in California, the oil is fairly new to the billions of years old oil that they pulling up out of like Venezuela and Guyana, Iran, Iraq. You know what I mean? Those places. It's different kind of oils too, man. Sure. Look at dude. How am I saying a lot of nothing, Alma? And you're responding to it. God damn. Maybe if you get my dick out your ear, you can hear me, dog. Tighten up, fam. That shit crazy. Why when you know what I mean? You probably just came in and just said all that shit. You know what I mean? You want some attention. I don't even know why I gave it to you. Sometimes we do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I know why I did because I wanted to say this to you. You're fired. Get the fuck out of here. Go use your other Gmail. What the fuck, man? Motherfuckers can't even just politic. It got to be like some. Like, damn. It's too much motherfucking East Coast dick licking, man. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't with that. God. Some goofy ass white boy that's playing PS5, his fucking server probably went down. He got on his phone and now he want to come to the BMC and act the fool. Nah, man, I'm not buying it. Mike Johnson, what's up with you? How my blood pressure? Mike, come on, you can ask me that shit every day. And I told you, it's good, G. It's close. Know what I mean? Like Scarface when they asked him, you got the money? Yeah. Where's the money? It's close, dude. Come on, Mike. How's your blood pressure? What you been up to? Nah, ain't no need to start over. Keep going. See, that's the problem. Motherfuckers don't know how to keep going. Wow. The land ain't stolen. The land just incorporated, dummy, by the wrong people. Nobody can steal land because nobody has put it in their pocket and walked to another land. Somebody has incorporated it. It's been, you know what I mean? It allegedly civilized. Ain't nobody, you can't steal something that ain't missing. I mean, it's right here. All they have did was created, they incorporated. Smash that like. Nah, I'm not mad. I'm just talking loud. You know what I mean? Why when every black man voice get loud, y'all think he mad? Cause you get scared, huh? Nah, dog. Some black people just got deep voices. Right, Doug. Land is conquered, not stolen. Doug, are you aware that every time y'all eat a Chiquita banana, y'all support the Confederates? I know somebody like, what? Somebody spit their PBR out. You a goddamn lie? Yeah. Every time you eat a Chiquita banana, you support the Confederate States of America, the Confederacy. And y'all know, like I said, the South gonna rise again, but this time they're speaking Spanish. Ibar, underlay, mommy, E-I-I-E-R. Uh-oh, I fucked it up. You say proud white and support the Confederation. Okay, do you know who you supporting then? If you support the Confederates, the Confederacy, not the Confederation, it's the Confederacy. That's two different things. So I don't know what Confederation you support. It's the Confederacy. And if you support the Confederacy, they didn't get hung like the Nuremberg, the Nazis did. All they did was got sent south to the Yucatan Peninsula. They took over southern Mexico, Guatemala, Honduras, Belize. You know what I mean? And they turned these countries into corporations, the United Fruit Corporations. That's why they call banana republics. You notice they never call them third world countries. They call them banana republics because the United States went down there, and every time you eat a Chiquita banana, the Confederacy owned all those companies. Now it's the United Fruit Company, which is the Confederacy. Y'all got to do y'all history, dude. Every time you eat a Chiquita banana, y'all wonder what happened to the Confederate gold, all that money, because you know they wouldn't have went to war if their money won't right. All that money was sent down to the Banana Republic to do their corporations and companies. You notice the United States never fucked with Guatemala. They never fucked with Honduras. They got heavy interest in El Salvador. You know what I mean? Because the Confederates, that's where it's at. The South gonna rise again. Yeah, the Chiquita banana. Every time you eat a Chiquita banana, you know what I'm saying? You support the Confederacy. Smash that like. You want to know where they go when that? Every time you buy a motherfucking Chiquita banana, you support the Confederacy. Do your history on what a banana republic is, fam. Smash that like, y'all. It's obviously you don't know history, Doug. Go do your history on the Banana Republic, dumbass. That's where the Confederates niggas went at. They went to the. You know what? Why am I even talking to you? Obama kissed the wall. All of them kissed that wall in Israel. That shit is no that's going to the Statue of Liberty. That shit don't mean nothing. A bunch of white people kissing the wall, including Obama. All white people ain't got that on white. No, you didn't, Doug. You just told a motherfucking lie. No, you didn't, because you know who you Google General Lee, Stonewall Jackson. You didn't Google nobody that had the money behind the Confederacy. You Googled the soldiers that you know that they show y'all them motherfuckers. It really was a battle of businesses and about money. Y'all Google the motherfuckers that supported the real Confederacy, the power. That's like Googling the presidents. You ain't Google who really has the power in America. You Google the face, dude. Come on, man. And you wrote dumber. That shit crazy. You read books. Shit. You just read a book that quick that researched it. Come on, dog. Cut it out. You read the books that you read the redneck version of Confederacy. You know, we started off, we were sitting around drinking some PBR, and we had a black dude in the yard working our crops, and some white Yankee carpetbagger coming telling us we got a freedom, boys. Boy, I pulled out my York shotgun and I shot his ass off. That's what you read. You didn't read about the commerce. You know what I mean? It wasn't a war for slavery. They didn't give a fuck about slaves. That was just an incentive. It was about bread. Fam, y'all, you know what? It's all good, baby. I can't change you. You old as fuck. It's hard to teach your old dog new tricks, know what I mean? And now I'm a racist. How the fuck am I racist if I'm just telling you about goddamn the bullshit Chiquita Banana? That's where the Confederate gold went at. And you know you just as you like, damn, that boy knew what he was talking about, but you won't give me my props. Smash that like, y'all. And you better bet Donald Trump's still my president. I'm not against Donald Trump. Dummy. See, that's what I'm saying. Y'all niggas don't even listen. I'm not with Donald Trump. I'm not against him. He's the president. To the victor, the spoils go. You know what I mean? To the victor, the spoils go. Fingers. Trump is a clown. Okay, Derek. Hey, I can't hate you for saying that. He's doing some clown shit. A lot of y'all, man. Mm, 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 mm. Trump is still our president, beautiful Bill. Salute for that, family. Can you name 3 things that you voted for and Trump is doing? Beautiful Bill. And it's not the debate. Just to see where you at as an American. Because this ain't a bash Donald Trump joint, because that's stupid. Bitch niggas talk about niggas. All I'm doing is critiquing his work because I'm one of his constituents. You know, as well if he was the mayor or the city council or a senator or, you know what I mean, he's supposed to be working for me. So I'm just voicing my opinion whether it's working or not, okay? I'm in full support of being the president or the commander in chief. Which one y'all think he doing right now? He doing the job of the president, which is for the people by the people, or the commander in chief, is which is to further promote the United States military industrial complex. If y'all know what that is. A lot of y'all too busy waiting for the South to rise again and not knowing that they did. But now they're speaking Spanish. You feel me? Smash that like. No, I don't watch Matt Walsh and all that shit because that's indoctrinated stuff about the Civil War. I go do my research, you know what I mean, with the original paperwork, the Library of Congress, that shit. Matt Walsh and them that's gonna tell you what the masses need to hear. They brainwash you. So I leave that to your rubber yell ass. You said you read books. You watching Matt Walsh ain't reading books, dog. Borderlands, okay. The Borderlands. You think he got the Borderlands shut down good enough? Do you watch Matt Walsh? Nah, fuck I watch Matt Walsh for he competition. I see. I'm 19 lights in, Kenny. What do you mean no lights for me? Y'all, man, y'all treat me like 50 Cent up here. Y'all praying for my downfall. Many men. Or many little boys. Y'all mean good old boys. Y'all praying for my downfall like 50 Cent in this motherfucker, man. Smash that like, man. And share me out. Kenny Lee, if you could put that fucking PBR down, open the fucking book up, and research that goddamn shit I was just saying. Matter of fact, let me see something. Lunch might be on me, man. For all y'all motherfucking rubber yell ass niggas. Lunch might be on me. Let me look through my motherfucking my bag. I might got some lunch for y'all motherfuckers. Matter of fact, for all y'all PBR niggas, I don't know what part of the country you in, because you know some people ahead of us in time and some people behind us, but lunch on me today, family. There y'all go. some goddamn Pat's Brew beer cheese noodles. Lunch on me, fam. Oh, y'all rubber, yeah, since y'all want to play. Smash that like unprepared mind. Lunch on me, homie. There y'all go, some goddamn PBR beer cheese. Mm-mm. Smash that like. Maybe we need Mr. Otto Pen. My wife is black and loves the Donald. She doesn't care for black men. Kenny Lee, I can tell you had problems with black men, family. I know it. I know some black guy used to just beat your ass, or maybe your mom's had an affinity for black dudes. I don't know, but it's something that's deeply rooted in you, or maybe you know the truth. But why it always got to be racist? And more likely, it's from a white person. Y'all are the ones that's the racist, most racist, and you promote the race. A black person hasn't come in here now one time this morning and said, "Fuck them whiteys," because it is what it is. It's always that. But we don't wear it on our sleeve. You'll come in here and make 1,000 things up and say, I'm talking like a victim. And all I'm trying to do is empower all of us, empower everybody as an American. But lunch on me right now for all y'all, I mean, PBR drinking, mullet wearing, buck tooth, buck knife on the fucking leg ass, dirty boot motherfuckers, man. Chill. Did you vote for this shit? That was the conversation. I mean, like Tupac said, I was only talking to Biggie, but all of y'all and ball. Know what I mean? Smash that like, man. Y'all motherfuckers, man. Y'all couldn't just ride in the back and enjoy the motherfucking leather seats. Y'all want to fucking drive the car. You can't drive this one, homie. Epstein Island most frequent flyer was Donald Trump. Wow, why we just keying in on Donald Trump on Epstein Island? Was he there by himself? No man is an island, a peninsula maybe. Where everybody that worked there? That shit was a fully functioning island, right? Where the people that worked there and where the other participants? He wasn't the only one there drinking martinis and drambuie. Who else was there? We keep keying in on Donald Trump. The rest of the motherfuckers are just as guilty as he is. Salute unprepared. My color is American, and that's dope. I'm gonna post that because that's real, man. We need a lot of more like-minded people. Smash that like. Don't matter if he was there. A whole lot of people was there, dude. Like that's crazy. Nah, I definitely wasn't angry, dude. Come on, Kenny Lee. Kenny Lee, Kenny Lee, Kenny Lee. Did you finish your PBR macaroni? And you know what? Come to find out, Pabst Blue Ribbon at one time was innovative for its beer brewing. I did a little brief synopsis on it. Um, the Chicago World Fair is where they lost their steam worldwide because Guinness beat them out. They got beat out by Guinness at the Chicago World Fair. It was in close competition with Schlitz too. Smash that like, man. You say you voted for this Bill Button. If Trump really went to the island, you damn sure the liberals would have popped the evidence. No, no, no. He went, but they went also. That's why they can't tell on him. Everybody went. It's a money thing as opposed to the freaky shit that go on. That's what people, you know what I mean? You gotta kill if you kill a bug, you gotta kill them three different ways. You can't just kill them with the spray. You gotta put some powder down and you gotta so it's three different forms of entertainment, or some people there was for money, some there was for that. Some you know what I mean, y'all got to know, man. Jenny, that's what we don't do here. You're fired, Jenny. In my Donald Trump voice. Smash that like, man. So would y'all consider Donald Trump doing the job as a the president, or is he doing the job as the CEO? Smash that like, y'all. Jay say, J. Michael H. say Trump is trash. Name 3 reasons you think Trump is trash. Know what I mean, Aryan Blitzkrieg. Do you support Iran? Because the first beginning of your name says you support the Iranian people. Because Aryan means, know what I mean, Iran means the land of the Aryan people. So are you Iranian? Iran means the land of the Aryan people because a lot of their people not only were they Persian, Farsi, they came from Azerbaijan areas like Azerbaijan and Armenia and joined Islam there. I mean, most of the people that's in power in Iran are Aryans, Muslim Azerbaijanians. So Aryan Blitzkrieg, you came in with you supporting the Iranians, Aryan Blitzkrieg, because you know that's what Iran means, the land of the Aryans. Do your history, man. First slave owner is no. I'm 2-3 miles away from that comfort point area with the Anthony Johnson stuff, fam. That was just created propaganda, dude. You can find nothing else about him in Virginia, by Jamestown, or anywhere else in Virginia. That was promotional folklore to make the black man look bad. But hence to say that will let you know that black people was already here before they brought slaves too, don't it? So that will let you know that everybody black man didn't come from Africa. Although this guy, Antonio Johnson, and all that, his history they put it that he came from like Sierra Leone. That shit didn't even exist then, or Angola somewhere. That shit didn't even exist then. I mean, as well as people can't claim Italian of Columbus descent because Italy didn't exist then. Southern Italy was Spain at the time of Columbus's age, if you know your history. But anyway, the dude Johnson, that was all a propaganda stunt, man. White folks had set it up because they didn't never think we was gonna learn how to read. Because you know what? They thought that brain was immortal, that it was gonna keep us locked up for the rest of the eternity. That because the business was so good. When business is good, nobody want to shut down. Jr., what's going on? Did you double tap the screen? Austin says, "Damn, all that Illuminati stuff we hearing really what's going on with Diddy, Trump, everybody. It ain't even Illuminati because the Illuminati was a little group started by Adam Woodstock in Germany. He was a priest or something. And he just had a bunch of niggas that read books. Remember back in the day, only like the priests and the people that had the Bible or something knew how to read. The regular people, and that's in on every continent. I mean, that wasn't promoting people of education. Like they peoples ain't know how to read. Even the people that came here and started this country were not the latest motherfuckers. They was the motherfucking indentured service and the people that they was trying to get rid of. Who's muscle for Democrats? Why you? I can't speak for all blacks. Why we send our women to run the Democrats? That's true. Now, out of that, out of that, it's the only thing true about that. Because you know why? That's why we prosper, but we can't seem to realize that because our women go and got they're gonna take all the power and help these Democrats because it's usually the pastor involved, one of our woman's white girlfriend whose husband is the fucking senator, all that shit. But white men ain't got no balls. You don't see white guys no more out. Like they losing their women. You know what I mean? They losing their culture. They ain't had no they are attaching themselves to black culture, but they calling it being a redneck. A redneck is just a wigger, a loud PBR smelling, big truck driving, no matter what's this economic, it's in the lifestyle. And all I see is a bunch of wiggers. When I did my research on the MAGA rednecks, they look like some white people trying to. It was like a spoof of blackness without the black face. But I kind of understood it. You know what I'm saying? It was set up live that if you notice, they had women run back to back against Trump because Trump would have lost against any other man besides Biden. And they didn't want to fuck Biden's career up. You know, he was retiring. He didn't want to retire with a L, and especially to Donald Trump. Because you notice that Donald Trump talked more shit about fucking Obama than he talked about Trump. I mean, Biden. Donald Trump talked cash shit about Obama. You said we need a white American because ain't no white American men on the Democrats. Ain't that's crazy? Yeah, well, Obama wasn't Black American. He was African American. He didn't represent blacks in America because he didn't have the black in America experience. He had the he got the experience American privilege. You know, white privilege is still prevalent, but American privilege has taken precedence because now, if you got the debits and credits, it don't matter what color you is, you can experience American privilege. Because at first, white privilege, because only the white people was exposed to the American dollar at its full extent. You know, using the credit, using the debit. You know, before the '60s, black people had to create their own ecosystem, their own economy. You know what I mean? Then they found out about it and that they won't get in some of the money. So now they desegregate. And now our economy, we back to shit. When we had to create this shit, that's when we did it. When we had to have our own barbershops, our own supermarkets, our own mortuaries and stuff, we did it and we prospered. But it's just as soon as they desegregated, that was the worst thing they could have had did for black folks. I would vote for Newsom for president. He seemed like a slimy ass Donald Trump. Because the thing is, a good politician is a politician at home reworking his plan. A good politician is a bad politician. Everybody knows that. Whoever can tell the best lies who I support. Oh yeah, I saw that they're moving to Indiana. Um, but Indiana, what part of Indiana are they moving to? Because you know they got a East Chicago, ain't that in Indiana? East Chicago, but it depends. I mean, it's all in the heart. You know what I mean? Of the people that support Chicago. I can't really make any on that because I'm not a Chicago fan. When my boy Crimson come in here, when you see Lloyd Crimson in here, ask him because he is a staunch Chicago fan. When he leaves the chat, he always gives Chicago a big up and says "fuck the Green Bay." So you're gonna have to ask him. I can't really speak on that, but I say shit. It don't matter. Chicago is in the hearts as well as you catch somebody wearing a Chicago Bears jacket in China because they're fans. So no matter where they play it, if you fuck with them, you fuck with them. That's like saying if your friend move away, are y'all still friends? It's 14 of y'all in here, man. Double tap that stream. There's 22 likes, man. Let's get them up. He is like Trump. He's a politician. Trump is a businessman playing a politician. He's slimy as fuck. He'll tell you a lie in your face and not crack a smile. Smash that like. Number one, man. One thing I know Lisa J and random page pipe layer, you're gonna get AIDS from your random pipe land. You probably ain't fucking none. You probably be blending up in some man's ass. But you know that lady is not no fucking man. And that's the disrespect. You know what I mean? It's you're out of here. That's what Donald Trump would say to you pussy ass on that. Donald Trump would tell y'all motherfuckers you're second rate, you never be fucking first class, and y'all to kiss his ass. Come in here, Daddy Trump and Trump 2008. Nah, dog. Don't come in here trying to talk shit to me and you daddy, you calling him some 80-year-old man. He turned 80 years old yesterday. Great job, Donald Trump, for making it to 80, though. I ain't hating on him. But you'll come in here and say Donald Trump's the best thing and call some man's wife a fucking woman, a man. Y'all saying that shit because Obama gave them people the rights, man. Wow. And then all of y'all coming out the woodworks with it. April Showers, what's going on? Okay, April, you from Illinois? You from Chicago? Are you a Chicago Bears fan? Rubio, and y'all know what's so crazy about Rubio? Mark Rubio is goddamn Mexican or something. He's Cuban. Y'all ready for a Cuban president? I told y'all the South gonna rise again, but they speak in Spanish. Underlay mommy, EI. Yeah, y'all want Mark Rubio? He also a Catholic. You know they've been at war with Catholics with the Donald Trump situation because most of the Latinos are predominantly Catholic. So if they get Mark Rubio, it'll be two Americans, two Catholics in power in the world: the president and the Pope. So I'm curious to see. You know what I mean? Smash that like, man. I know. I don't like it because if they call her A man, they'll call my mama a man. They'll call my woman a man. They'll call my daughter a man. They too comfortable with saying that. Even that ain't even nothing about her lesbian or nothing. She ain't even butch. You know what I mean? That shows you that is a war going on outside no man is safe from. That's why I don't like it. Yeah, I'm asking you, what you think about the Chicago Bull? No, 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 no. I ain't asking you about the Michelle Obama shit. I'm speaking. I don't like that when somebody comes in and try to diss Michelle Obama because that means they dissing all y'all, all the black women. They know and she ain't even associated with what her husband did. He the one that did it. I'm asking you, what do you feel about the move to Indiana with the Chicago Bears? Yeah, that's my thing with Michelle Obama. I hate it, man, when I hear somebody come in and say that because you know what? That's what they probably think about. Try to call all our women because our women are on the forefront. Because y'all know y'all love our women. Yeah, in the 70s, y'all had a policy. Y'all was feeding our women and starving our warriors. Y'all know. Go watch the movie called Claudine. They came in there asking the lady who bought her TV and toaster. Huh? What's going on, forensics? Right. I don't like that shit, man. This and Michelle Obama, man, because she did her thing. She the one who got that going Obama co-signed by the black folks. Yeah, most of them is gay. But most of these people, white dudes in here, gay anyway. Y'all know white guys be the most tried by motherfuckers because they more oftentimes when there's a bunch of people around, they the weakest in the room, but they hold the most power. Ain't that crazy? Because and that comes from the Protestant white male. This country was designed for him, so they be the most powerful in the room, but they be the weakest. Their wife run them. The black lady is telling the wife what to do, and the wife want to be like the black lady. She admire her shape, the way she smell, and the clothes she have on, and the ensemble she put together. And the black man, he love this shorty. He just play the black back because if a motherfucker black nigga raise his voice, y'all whole niggas get scared. So let my shorty do it. Shit, I'm gone. Know what I mean? We got it. Know what I mean? Of course, the bread in the circus, you got to have the bread in the circus for the people, man, or they're going to be upset. That's the one thing the Romans got down pat. They had the Colosseum, and then they had a bunch of little shit. But we don't even get the bread in the circus no more. Donald Trump and them been doing all this shit, and they gave it to Elon. Elon Musk a trillionaire. He lost his job, and he become a trillionaire. Where they do that at? That nigga lost his job at Doge. They sent him packing, and a few months later, he becomes a trillionaire. Does that have anything to do with it? You know what I'm saying? But if y'all haven't got some of that SpaceX, what am I talking about? Scroll back and catch up, Kenny Lee. Matter of fact, I think I made a wrong move with that. You gone. You really something, man. Your aura is saying waste. So I'm gonna strip. You remember that cowboy movie used to come on back in the day when they stripped the soldier his shit? Waste. Know what I mean, Kenny? Your shit is saying wasting. Know what I mean? Closet homosexual that don't know how to be himself. Holler at you, Kenny. Rebel yell. Ah! You out, dog. There's sometimes, man, like a motherfucker vibe will just throw me off, and it's the aura. Bubba a Democrat. Who the fuck is Bubba? That shit crazy, man. Sometimes you make bad mistakes in business, but as long as you have time to correct it, like Kenny Lee, you was bad for business, man. Your aura is just, it's okay to have a different opinion, but just to be like a fucking dick sucker, nah, man. I'm homophobic like all black men are. If you leave it up to y'all, yeah, I don't want you around me, dude. Even if it's on the internet. Who the fuck is Bubba Wallace? See how I smoke in a motherfucking Maybach? You know you ain't supposed to smoke weed in the Maybach. I smoke weed in the Maybach. You feel me? Ride with me though, man. Stop trying to run out in front of my car because I'm gonna run your ass down. You feel me? I ain't a race car driver. I don't do shit fast. I do it slow. Fools rush in. I'm in the Maybach, homie. You don't press the gas on the Maybach. That shit does flow because it's made for the highway anyway. If y'all know anything, German cars are made for the Autobahn to be driven fast. Smash that like Smash that like, man. I'm gonna pin your link to April Showers. The topic is the Iran they say the Iran war over, right? Did Trump win? Did he win? Shit. And if he won, what did we win? Feed the wolves. That's what I'm asking. And just general conversation in general, If y'all ain't catch it, yesterday we delved for the last 4 or 5 days we delved deep into the Carmelo Anthony Austin Metcalf situation, and it culminated to me wrapping it up with was the parents the problem. So y'all get over there and check out that trilogy or how many ever that we dropped, and it was some very interesting comments being made in my rebuttal and feedback. But I want you to leave a comment underneath for each one of them because I asked a question on each one of those live streams. I want to see a comment from you. You feel me? It's not over. Israel will not. Well, do y'all know why nobody ain't talking about Israel and the United States integrating the Israel military with our their militia, their little ass shit. They're integrating that shit with United States stuff because y'all keep saying that Israel is running America. Y'all never thought about it the other way around, that maybe America might be running Israel. Israel might be a subsidiary corporation linked to America as well as the Catholic Church. Okay, April Shower says Carmelo Anthony was railroaded, and I believe his parents did the best they could. So is any of this true that they squandered $600,000 for an attorney? Is that true? What is that? The Greater Israel Project? Can you give me some explanation on that? Smash that like, y'all. Share me out. How's y'all day, man? Shout out everybody coming through showing that super support. But yeah, the Carmelo Anthony situation, I thought it was going to kind of like tear America apart and do some George Floyd type of shit. That's the shit motherfuckers need to be up in arms. Maybe he shouldn't have killed dude, but did he get proper representation in court? You say whatever they did, it was their business. Right. But did they pay for the lawyer? Did they sit him in there with a public defender? Because I still say he had the right to have that knife. Y'all don't know his struggle. And also, both of them was mutual combatants. So he should have been charged with something like manslaughter or malicious wounding. He didn't attempt to kill nobody. The dude died. Can you show me where you got some definite information that his parents took the money, HG? Because I'm interested in reading that. Because just make the statement his parents took the money and roaches out, leaving his ass to rot in jail sounds mildly something. But can you show me where you got your information at? Okay, and that too. So they say he turned down a plea for $10. Can somebody show me all that stuff? I think he should have took that plea for 10 years. I said $10, but for 10 years. They say it was like a Swiss Army knife. Yeah, Aryans are Iranians. Iran means the land of the Aryans. So that's why Hitler and them was so much trying to go, because the Aryans were from the Aryan Indus Aryan Valley, was from like Pakistan, Bangladesh, all the way over to um northern Iraq. Was they considered Aryans, and that's why you have a lot of people from Azerbaijan, which Khomeini with an A, the guy that's in charge now, not maybe even Rahul Khomeini. Their history, their heritage is Azerbaijan. Aryans, Caucasians. You know what I mean? Caucasians. That's why white people don't call themselves Caucasian anymore. Because when you Google what a Caucasian is, it's some hairy ass motherfucking Armenian with a fucking fur head on. But yeah, Aryans, man. That's why the swastika is actually the white folks that got the swastika. They actually telling you they come from what they call the Middle East, over the Far East, as far as Bangladesh, Aryan heritage. That's crazy. That's why the Nazis was heavy into India and all those places looking for those relics to kind of change up their history. You got it. Look at Sleepy. Yeah, thumbs up. You got to know your history. Aryans. So all y'all doing is claiming where y'all came from through the Caucasus Mountains from Africa. Caucasians. The first time y'all was sighted. That's why, man, dog is a man's best friend. Because a Neanderthal and the mix with a human is a man. You understand what I'm saying? Four bulky white dudes surrounding him. That's the first time I heard the friend being named Eddie. That was the dude that was with Carmelo Anthony. Why he ain't fight with him? See, that's who should get his ass whipped, not Carmelo. Carmelo was doing what he was known to do, defend himself. And they say the two white boys was a bully. But I'm not gonna blame it on neither one of them. I'm gonna blame it on their youth. When I was 17, I was a fool, like I keep saying. So I know both of them two 17-year-olds together was a goddamn circus and a goddamn puppet show. Doing it for the gram, both of them. So sometimes we don't realize, you know what I mean, the consequences for our acts could be in fatal or could be, you know what I mean, lifelong lasting. And he didn't know that he was gonna die, and he didn't know that he was gonna spend the rest of his life in prison or dealing with the fact that he went to prison or whatever happened. Both of them, they did not know that. I know they didn't want that for themselves, but it was just machismo and young testosterone never being tried, true, tested in the real world. And when they collided face to face. So he didn't stab him in the back. So dude knew what was going on. Look at James. You came in here on your new junk. Damn. Yeah, I'm telling you, I gotta be working. You're nobody unless somebody hates you, dog. Know that. When motherfuckers start doing shit like that, no, know what I mean? Damn. James, you ain't got nothing else to do, fam. Damn. Stacy, I'm gonna get your hating ass out of here since you actually said it. You said seeing everybody cry over murderer lies, lies. This is why I hate now. Right? I don't want that around me. You got a devil on you that hate shit. I'll go for this fuck nigga saying blah 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 for all that motherfucker come in and tell me they got hate on them. You're fired, dude. You was in here on a fucking interview and got fired. That's crazy. Smash that like y'all. The Iran war is over. Did Trump win? Okay. Why food gas still high? And Trump doing his thing. And would Obama do a better job? That this, you know what I mean, pick one that you want to tackle and dive into. Smash that like. But yeah, Carmelo Anthony, man, that shit was a shit show on both sides. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Salute, show enough. That's right. Keep it moving too. Work with what you got. Sometimes we try to live above our means or with somebody else's. All I say is do what you do with yours. You know what I mean? Don't do it for the ground. When you put it on, the only way it's gonna really be legit and smooth if you put it on because that's what you do, not because you put it on so somebody can see what you do. You understand? If you're gonna ride another like this because that's something that you want, not because you're doing it for the gram, because that's something you want somebody to see you in. Because who's getting the benefit? Just looking and you paying the bill for them to say, "Damn, that's a nice car." I mean, shit. Data centers is like got that go. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. It's like turning old now. And shit you can do about it. Remember the big fuss was G5? Remember they were saying G5 was gonna kill you and fuck with your brain and the babies was gonna be fucked up and make all the shit sky high. Y'all do realize y'all been talking on the G5 network, 5G, I said G5. G5 is a jet or something like that, but 5G network for like 3, 4, 5 years now. Ain't nobody said shit. Them headaches you have, it might be from the G5. Them towers was popping up out of nowhere, them big ass great towers with them things around it looking like a, you know what I'm saying? You're like, what is that? Was that always there? Fucking up your vision. I mean, yeah, that 5G shit. Now data centers, what's data centers emitting? And you know, data centers is just making us like a big ass power grid, which we already had those water pump houses and those houses with the all the electric stuff in there. You know that your network is all around you. You might be living next to a house, or there might be an apartment next door to you that you hear a hum or whoosh, and it might be all pipes, all electrical wiring, because we're living in a big ass grid, y'all. But the data centers, Come on, ain't they see how they sneaking that in on your ass and they acting like you supposed to pay all this shit and it ain't nothing you can do? They ain't even said we're gonna build a data center and you're gonna like it. They just built them. And now I be seeing commercials where my state is saying that it's coming to improve our goddamn livelihood. Then it's more premeditated came in with the knife, denied some to touch him. Wow. Dennis, what's going on with you? So you said he was a murderer. I see it a different way. Mike Beans. What part of the country from Mikey Beans? And for that you realize that's what it is, I'm gonna put a jacket on your ass. Mikey Bean says, "What up, brother? Still tripping, laughing out loud. No, I don't have the same views as you do, but I respect the hustle." And guess what Jay Z said? Can't knock the hustle, baby. And that you understand that? Shit. Okay, Mikey Bear, what you think about the Well, you don't want to ask me the question about the Y'all got the same profile pic too. What's up with that? But about the Bears moving to Indiana. Were you the one to ask me the question? If you didn't, what are your feelings about the Bears moving to Indiana? Shout out all my Chicago people. I told you, Lord Crimson will be in here probably popping in. He is a Bears fan. I don't watch sports, family. I do remember when the Bears was rapping and shit in the 80s and they made one of the Bears players a G.I. Joe figure, William the Refrigerator Perry, and they had the quarterback that used to wear the shades and shit, the white boy. Okay, baby. You say veterans hate Trump and MAGA. The veterans will hate any president administration that don't take care of them because it seems like y'all forget about their veterans, man, and they're the ones that held us down. Smash that like y'all. Ain't that's crazy? The very people he should have had help, he destroyed them. So, what do you think about the Iran war? That you're a veteran, you think it was necessary, and do you feel like Trump won? Because there was too many negotiation with that shit for him to have won. I- It seemed like they sitting back. I mean, deciding together what's gonna happen. Not as in they mutual combatants. When you get to decide what happened to you, and you're supposed to have lost, I don't see it. So, what's y'all opinion, man? Y'all think how many people think Trump lost the Iranian war? Give me a thumbs up if you want to participate. Smash that like, man. Thanks for all my super supporters that always come through and show that support, man. Did you vote for this mess? Iran has his boots on Trump's throat now. Massive loss. Okay, the dude is back. What's up, dude? Welcome back. Welcome back. And my welcome back kind of voice. You feel me? Yeah, if the straight open, that means that Iran making money. So we automatically gave them a money stream. Well, the United States, the Trump administration. I'm talking about we. We forever throwing ourselves, I mean, in the fucking ring and we ain't got a dog in the fight. The United States administration has given them a motherfucking instant moneymaker. Trump is an unhinged, pathological serial liar and an incompetent idiot. God damn, Chris. The man just turned 80 yesterday. Can you give him a little, cut him a little slack? But now there's even going to be more regulated that if Iran ain't had all their ducks in a row, then now they can further legitimize the operation of the Strait of Hormuz. They getting some concessions. That's why the United States was doing all those, what they was calling them, offensive attacks or whatever they were trying to bomb. Those areas they were bombing was central to the they go, okay, we're gonna sign this deal with them But we gonna exalt their whole Navy shit that was around that what is that? Sadidi Aba. I don't even know the name of the city, but that's where all their Navy at. The United States, the last little bombing they did, they tried to fuck them people up before they go ahead and okay, y'all won. Or we tied. But y'all went and told them people shit up. You gotta know, man. But the Strait Hormuz, yeah, it was open, but now they're gonna be open and they're gonna have even more right to fucking charge you because they done established that they the king of that shit. United States ain't take it and give it back to them running it. They got there going just getting out the way. Damn, we can't take it, so we gonna get out the way. It's evident if United States if they took the Strait of Hormuz, whoever running Iran to be locked up in New York with Maduro from Venezuela, whoever 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 running Iran would have been locked up with Maduro. Like they went to Venezuela, took money, locked him up. He in New York somewhere. He with Luigi Mangione. Send me a noodle, Luigi. Ah, you begging ass Venezuelans. Know what I'm saying? You know Luigi knows Spanish. He went to college, his little white ass. They giving Luigi the red carpet. He should have not fucking killed that dude outside of that hotel. I don't feel safe even because when I go 5-star, 6-star. You know what I mean? I don't do the motherfucking Ivy. When I did that Ivy City out of DC, that'll learn you. But anyway, Google, matter of fact, because y'all might think I'm just rambling, Google the Ivy City Hotel and look at the shit that went on there. I was there a week before it, maybe a couple of weeks. I was at the Weed Festival at RFK Stadium, and which was a shambles. I went to a weed festival and I couldn't smell no weed. Everybody out here supposed to have weed. People walking around with Bob Marley spliffs and it smelled like a goddamn potpourri store. Like, what the fuck? Mm. And that's when I started thinking about where all the bees went. They don't need them to pollinate because they ain't pollinating shit. Because we smoking some, I don't know, but shit. Like Jerky the Bell Bottom said on goddamn ain't nothing like cookies in a Ziploc bag. I'm gonna smoke till I can't smoke. Choke, can I smoke? No more. Give me some of that weed, baby. Ah! You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, EBT. I mean, he ain't doing none of that. That's why I say the old mustaches, like to George Bush's Jr. and Senior, Ronald Reagan, even goddamn Bill Clinton. The old mustaches say, "Eat, let it stick to your ribs. I'm gonna go over here and steal his money." And we don't get none of the money, but the incentives, the interest off of it, we sure all ate out that pot together as Americans. And we always say they got food stamps, well, they got subsidies. Know what I mean? They got project houses, they got Section 8. I mean, they got red line, they got suburban communities, you know what I mean? They got, you know what I mean, hollow halls of education, they got HBCU. I mean, now it's all intermingled. We Americans, man, until we think about eating out the pot again, together, no matter what you're eating, collard greens, yo, I got some motherfucking mayonnaise and liverwurst, you know what I mean? Hand me some of that haggis. Until we start thinking like that, everybody is in the pot, we together, we'll never get back together. All we'll do is just be complaining. Obama divided America. Trump ain't shit. That's the fucking bullshit. Until we realize we got to get back to eating out of the pot. You know what I mean? Remember back in the day in America, what they gave you, we all ate, and we some of us got the bigger piece, but we all ate, man. And until we get back to that, shit. Every empire has a shelf life, but you don't realize that we're not living the same empire from the Revolutionary War. We're not even at our peak yet. Because our lands ain't been tested and tried by our enemy. We got tested and tried by each other, and we wasn't even the full manifest destiny. But and if y'all don't know what manifest destiny means, it means from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific. You know, they say they sent Lewis and Clark and the black dude York and the Indian girl Sacagawea to do it. But until we have been tested on our own lands and we got to defend this shit together as Americans, that's when it's going to prove. But the New World Order started um after the Civil War because it was a new world order. The United States that we knew before the Civil War did not exist no more. And a new kind of person was on the planet. A free black man of America was created out of that. Before that, the experience with the black people, even with their own experience was as a slave in bondage and moving under certain laws. Being that they took that away, it was a new person that popped up. That was New World Order. Wait a minute, who the fuck is that? It's some black people that can hold their heads up now. They maybe can halfway look a white man in the eye because they're not chattel slavery. They goddamn made them a full consumer now. I can buy what I want if I can get that money. That was the American way. The white privilege kind of like tucked it back to being American because now is affording no matter what. They put a bunch of obstacles ahead of us to get there, but we can get that American way if we can get them debits and credits. White folks want the only ones that can get lit. That was a new world order. Y'all don't realize that when y'all speak of empire. The new empire is here now. Like I keep telling y'all, the South went to Mexico, Guatemala, and got them avocados from Mexico. That's the California. That's the Confederacy. They started them companies. That's where the gold went at. But y'all just want to think about the trucks and the hound dogs and the Confederate flags and the Ku Klux Klans that the Confederacy is known for. They was known for business too. Remember that. Smash that like 13 of y'all in here. Salute that. Double tap the string. It is not the fucking vaccination. It is not the pill. It is not the bomb. You know what I'm saying? It will not shock me. It's not literature. Double tap that string if you're an American. That's the thing. Sassy Mo, what's up, player? Americans are property, nothing but currency. Neuroscience, what's up? Neuroscience, what's going on? Hit the like button, get the likes up. Right, fam. The unprepared mind gives you the thumbs up. You said my girlfriend seen your, I bet she would. Man, if you show man, you're gonna have a fucking case and they're gonna know your address, homie. What are you talking about? See what I'm saying? Damian Phillips. That's how you want to be known, your digital footprint, saying shit like that, fam. And Damian Phillips, you probably a white dude, but the name sound like a black dude. If you a brother, you know what I'm saying, and you writing shit like that, you know that that's with your digital footprint, right? And seemingly your job might look through your digital footprint and see who they really dealing with. You might get fired, homie. When Democrats were in the White House, they had a rainbow of balloons on the White House lawn. The LGBTQ party Republicans have UFC. It's the same thing. It's all a means of propaganda and promoting somebody's views or what they like. Donald Trump is promoting the Redneck MAGAs. He's paying homage to the people that was his main backing. Because with anything, it's always more poor people than it is middle class. It's always more middle class than it is rich. It's always more rich than it is elite, and it's always more elite than powerful. You understand what I'm saying? So when he do that UFC shit, he paying homage, he giving back. Come to the White House and watch motherfuckers fake wrestle and break each other bones and all this bullshit. Oh no, they don't fake wrestle on UFC, but you know that's the shit that the motherfucking MAGA, the rednecks like. Oh shit, you know what I mean? He might even let a motherfucking Monster Tour truck do a fucking donut on the White House lawn because that's our night. Let's drink some PBR. You know what I'm saying? That's just his form of being an American. You know what I'm saying? That's not universal with it. He's catering to who fuck with him, as well as the parade, the gay parade that was on the White House lawn. Come on, y'all kill me trying to be quasi homophobic, and y'all don't know that the LGBTQ is no less like the fucking military industrial complex. It's a corporation, dude. Of course, he paid homage to them, those Democrats that had that stuff up there because shit, the gay parade in San Francisco, DC, New York, all that shit, worldwide, homie. Why are y'all so homophobic? Which it should be anti-computerized, all these binary people and all that stuff. That's the ones we all got gay bi tri cousins and home. Like, you freak ass. That's what I did last night. You know what I'm saying? That type shit. That's in y'all to be human. Know what I mean, to be curious. But when you take it to that all that mechanical shit and I'm transgender, I'm trans because I got a weenie wop and I'm about to do a penny pop. You know what I mean? Nah, that's some old genie in the lamp shit. That doesn't exist, family. You know it and I know it. But it's cool. They just replacing one for another. He shouldn't have the rainbow stuff up there because Donald Trump is anti-rainbow. And which they ain't even anti-rainbow because you notice the rainbow is not associated with the LGBTQ plus. The rainbow old school. That's how the LGBTQ plus got their war chests off of the backs of the LGB. Okay, you say that yeah, that bio warfare. Well, you know what I mean? It's deeper. It's deeper than y'all not realizing that Trump is not being moved by the Democrats and the Republicans position. He's being controlled by he's helping, he's been hired by the Joint Chiefs of Staff. All of these things that Trump is doing is not for the butter, it's for the guns. And who got their hand on the trigger? The fucking military, the army, the navy, the marines, the space force. That's who he doing military missions. He just attacked Venezuela. Okay, secure the borders. We're getting all the insurgents. That ain't shit. Ain't no Americans riding around like, yo, where the Muslims at? Ali Akbar, all that bullshit. No, we chilling like, yo, where the shorties at? Even if you look, go back and watch what the MAGA rednecks doing. They're not having these festivals where they got guns in the air shooting. Oh, kill all the ragheads. They got festivals where the girls are showing their titties for beads. They mudding, having fun. They showed a few extremists, and y'all notice when they showed the extremists who were MAGA representatives, the extremists were more like religious extremists. It was like zombies. They showed some white kids with their parents in the store buying a bunch of MAGA paraphernalia and explaining why they call Donald Trump their daddy and stuff. The documentary is called MAGA Rednecks. Go check it out. It's crazy. And gave me a good, view of what I'm really dealing with when somebody claims MAGA, because it gave you MAGA on different levels. The dollar has been collapsed, dude. You say, dude, I think they're gonna collapse the dollar. That shit gone, family. You know that when you spend the dollar, you're actually spending 70% of some other foreign interest that has interest in the dollar, and 30% of the America's debt. That dollar been gone, family. Especially when they come up with these things called goddamn cryptocurrency, um, Cash App, Zelle. You know what I mean? Klarna. You don't even need the dollar. You say Mom Donnie be having freak parties. Shit, he seemed a little you're fired, dude. I don't even want to say your name. You forever remain nameless, family. With that, when I told y'all about that Michelle Obama stuff, you will forever remain nameless. Yeah, digital cashless. It's gonna go to debits. The dollar ain't gonna be shit. Watch, they're gonna be, because now you know they got what they call the digi dollar. It came into fruition like last June, maybe June of 2024. I'm not really, but it's called a digi dollar. And that dude that got killed that was working on Cash App, he was supposed to be the president of the Cash App, and he came from, what's that, Apple, that Square shit. What is it, Square? You know, he got killed. He had just helped the United States do that app for the digidollar, which where the dollar is now online, and it's supposed to be the same like holding a paper dollar. You know the dollar ain't shit. If Donald Trump is supposed, allegedly they say, had played with the idea of signing his name to it, a sitting president living is not supposed to be putting his name on a lot of this stuff. That what he doing is goddamn on. It's crazy, like. But you know what? It's typical Donald Trump. Whoever put him in power, which is the military, you can tell because Democrats and Republicans would have said, "Well, hold on there, Donald. Nah, you're not gonna turn all of this shit into Macy's, where you got your own personal branding booth." That's what he treating the United States brand as, his own personal branding booth. He's doing the same shit he was doing with his name, with the fucking hotels, you know what I mean, with the boutiques, with the cologne, with the shoes, with the phone, with that fucking dumbass MAGA hat. He branding America, you know what I mean? You say Trump lost. That's what it is. You say people are being herded into oppression, right, Sassy? But it's being done under the guise of making America great again. The military don't understand civilians. That's why I know they're in charge, because they trying to do their best as they doing it as military. They're trying to do their best. The military don't understand civilians. All they know is semi-Spartan conformity. Okay, they're in charge now. They are using Donald Trump by way of his commander in chief powers, in my opinion. Man, Donnie Freak Party shit. Luther Campbell is running for Congress. Y'all haven't seen the Freak Party. If you haven't seen it, Luther Campbell freak off. I know personally. Shout out to the 90s. Forensics, for real. Luke had that shit popping. I mean, Hey, what can I get for $5? Remember that shit? But shout out Luke. You know, Luke had a transformation. He's not the same old young, wild ass young boy. He's from learned experience. Even going because you know he got a little clout. He took the fucking United States to court now for that fucking for the right to throw them freak parties he had. I will say that he fought for his rights. He's an American now. He done. You know what I mean? He done got it in. Even for the I think he Haitian American. Shit, Florida is becoming a progressive state because I like Byron Donaldson from Florida. He a Republican. I just like the shit that he doing is him. He wants to do it. You know, I can't knock him for being a Republican because that's on him. I don't know how he was raised, and I mean, yeah. But Mom Donnie is the future. Not in him being the president, but if it works in New York, it's gonna work in fucking America with a democratic socialist. And y'all know Hitler was a democratic socialist. Also, Trotsky was a democratic socialist. So when Lenin was in power, it was a matter of was it going to be the staunch communists in Russia running it like Stalin was, or the democratic socialists like Trotsky. And you know what happened with that? Trotsky ended up in Mexico. I told y'all the South will rise again. They all go to Mexico, huh? But they're gonna be speaking Spanish. But yeah, the New World Order is about controlling the population. Yep. What's up, King Fire? Rest up to the Queen family. Yeah, but you know he got that from black folks and they stole it. They won't put once they saw our power like Carl Kanai, Fubu, they like hell no. But we always been in the background telling them, you know what I mean? Once they saw how Dapper Dan flipped the clothing inside out, you know what I mean, making it more relatable, and which they hit it. They had like the obey subliminal to buy this subliminal. Dapper Dan really exposed it and did it, made it work. You know what I mean? He set that algorithm different on that visual with the clothing. But yeah, Mom Donnie, he an experiment because y'all know that New York is the capital city of the world. Everybody want to get to New York. Remember coming to America when Eddie Murphy and them had on all that New York shit? Y'all notice the Nets just won too. That says a lot about New York right now. The Nets are always seemingly be the oddball team out of there. The orange was it's staunch New York Knickerbockers for sure. But that the Yankees kind of like overshadowed the um the um the New York. What's the New Knickerbockers? Not the Nets. My bad. No disrespect to anybody from New York, and they probably ready to go to war. But the Knickerbockers, and you know that orange, that's always a symbol of the people, immigrants, like the Irish. It's you know what I mean. That orange says something. I mean, New York is that white and that blue, that New York Yankees. But the orange always symbolized like that immigrant, like we hear. And you know, the Madami and them is supposed to be like that staunch, the real New Yorkers, you know what I'm saying? The Knickerbockers. And like somebody the other day I said the Knicks booed Donald Trump. Somebody said, no, they didn't. It was the fans are the Knicks, the Knickerbockers, the motherfuckers that couldn't afford pants, the immigrants, everybody, the British that was there after they took it from the Dutch, the black people that was there after they took Central Park from the Seneca black Native Americans, even the Dutch, the Germans that came there through Ellis Island, the Irish, the immigrants from Nigeria that sell their stuff on fucking Linden. All of those people are the Knickerbockers family. Smash that light. They booed his ass and they won. That's crazy. New York changed. They show y'all that it changed. Not it ain't about the elite now. The guy they're gonna have it is the Jeffersons now. It ain't about the elite because the Knickerbockers, anybody that was a Knicks fan and they ain't had a ring since so many years is a fan because they love them, not because you know what I mean, not because they won. And that's what it says about New York. New York has totally changed. Okay, thank you for that, Jimbo. But everybody migrated from southern somewhere, Jimbo. That's what you got to realize. Migration. We migrated. I keep telling you, the South rises again every 100 years or so. They told you this shit in 1989, but this time when the South is rising, remember that long line of fucking immigrants, whether they were illegal or legal, coming from down south. Some of them was so legal that they had contact with the United States by way of the same app that the people got the PPP loans from. They switched that app around and made it immigrant illegal, be that friendly to set up appointments when they get to the other side to get immigration interviews and stuff, and to get funding so they can make their way to get the immigration. Sort of like bus fare, they was giving them a check. Do your history on it. The Democratic Party was doing it, and they also had a lot of them in Guatemala waiting. If the Democratic Party would have won, it was going to open the floodgates and bring in a bunch of workers. Try to get this shit started. Per se, that was that. But the Republicans, like they're doing, they got behind Donald Trump, who came in saying, "Yo, we're not going with that. We're gonna push them back," because they knew in 1989 that the South was rising, and the face of the South was not European; it was more Latino. The Latino they created, because the only thing that Latinos have in common, for real, all of them do not have the same bloodline. Some of them mulatto, some of them African, some of them Native Black, some of them Native Pacific Islander American. They always try to say it came from just this way, Asia, when it actually came both ways, and it's all kind of people here in this country. But those people are migrating from the South, and the only thing they have in common is they're Spanish speaking. So now the South is rising again, and they speak in Spanish, fam. It is what it is. Smash that like. Don't Native Americans got their own reservations? Why don't other fellow Native Americans band with these Native Americans that are getting pushed around in these places and bring them to the res and start building up their reservation? I can't think of not one reservation in America that even has simile of what is to be modernized. And I'm gonna say it might sound cliche, but like skyscrapers and big municipal buildings and monuments to their heroes and to their fallen soldiers. What reservation have y'all been to that's built like that, y'all? My family is not African, and the slave trade happened in reverse. Salute, Jimbo. Greetings, Godfather. Have y'all ever been to a developed reservation that got like a working community? Now I ain't talking about some shit that look like a Chuck Norris movie where they got the sheriff and the mercantile store and all that. I'm talking about a fully developed city that's on an Indian reservation. The Reds is supposed to be like their own personal nation, and they're getting all this money from these fucking casinos. Can you tell me one Native American that's civilized, that don't look like a big gigantic trailer park with a bunch of alcoholism, diabetes, poverty? Ain't that crazy? What's up, Yuna? I'm chilling. But no, I know. I mean, I'm not asking about where you live. I'm trying to find out. Tell me, can you name one of these countries that's inside our country? These Native American reservations that's even similarly developed, even looking like the '50s. All of those shits when you see them, they look like trailer parks. They don't have nothing above sea level by way of buildings. Why? And they're supposed to be their own independent nations inside of a nation. Don't they all get money or subsidies? Arizona is not a whole reservation. Arizona is a state. I'm talking about all of these reservations that's inside of Arizona. Can you show me one that's developed? Okay, Native Nation, can you send me some pictures of it or video, Jimbo, to my Gmail at bmctheformula@gmail.com. Send me a video of this, because can I ever notice that there's none of that, no other, like even in Haiti got all the precious metals, all the resources that the planet needs to run, and they should be the most developed country on the fucking west on the Western Hemisphere, fam. No, but I'm familiar with the Seminoles. But do they have skyscrapers, and does it look modern there? I ain't talking about they got a reservation with a bunch of one-story buildings and stuff. I'm talking about some development. And then again, are you talking about that might be incorporated with Florida? The name Seminole might be just be the name of a incorporated city in Florida. I'm talking about on these reservations, like the Yamasee reservation in South Carolina. It has predominantly black people there. Joe Frazier is from the Yamasee. Joe Frazier, the boxer, is from the Yamasee reservation in South Carolina. They don't have. It's all when you look out there, you're like, what the fuck? They got all. It's like a trailer park. Can you show me even any of these places that are in America that are these? Why don't they aren't they developed? That they're getting all this casino money and all this subsidies from the government. Right, because they can eat, you know what I mean? Right. Andrew Jackson, Jesse Jackson, and Walter Picker erased the American Indian, my ancestors, which are foundational black people. Salute, Jimbo. Send me some pictures, Jimbo. Let me see what it's looking like. The gorilla in Manila, not from Manila. Manila is in the Philippines, fam. And it was called the Thriller in Manila, man, not the gorilla in Manila. The Thriller, which was Muhammad Ali. And was he fighting Joe Frazier or George Foreman? But you know, him and Joe Frazier was friends. Joe Frazier started out as a sparring partner for Muhammad Ali, and he went on to get his in. You know what I'm saying? They call it the Bering Strait, Jimbo. They also came over by way of Polynesians and people from Japan and China. They everything is a hypothesis when they tell you about how Americans got here. They came from Africa too, because Africa is closer to fucking America than China and it has a trade wind, the same trade wind that they use now. You know what I mean, that comes directly here. You ain't even got to steer; it'll bring you right here. Yeah, Howard Cosell. Howard Cosell was dope. Remember Howard Cosell? They started to institute him in like the Hanna Barbera cartoons when they had the Hanna Barbera was doing that sports shit. That's when that was prevalent on TV. Remember all the actors used to compete on ABC. Do black women created GPS that should tell you everything you need to know? Is because we know the land because it's cursed. That ain't got nothing to do with it, Jimbo. That just shows you that it was a bunch of black women that were educated and contributed to making America great. That ain't got nothing to do with the indigenous land. See how you did that? Those black women in Langley that showed you that they were educated enough to do their job. And they should be highly, you know what I mean, venerated. Yes, the GPS, that global positioning, the United States Space Force owns that shit, man. The mess that we living in, gradual decay, that's wet mess. The mess that we living in. Did you vote for this mess? High gas, wrecked economy. Know what I mean, talk of war. We at war. Did you vote for this mess? Chilling, Jimmy. What's up with you? Pyramid, what it is? Trump won. The American people spoke. Wow, are you the whole American people? I need to talk to you. Smash that like though. What's up with your pyramid head? With your pyramid head? Did y'all get over there and I'm gonna give you a jacket too, because that's the one a unique name, Pyramid Head. I wonder what's up in their head, dog. You seem got there going kind of like doing your own thing. So I'm gonna give you a jacket, Pyramid Head. I like that. You probably got a square head, but it's unique. God bless Trump. I knew it. That's what it is, Pyramid. Pyramid, you in Texas. Okay. What side are you on with the Carmelo Anthony versus Austin Metcalf right now in Texas? Satan and God, what if they was the same thing? Or what if it was vice versa? Everything God was doing trying to hurt you, everything Satan was doing was trying to help you. But whoever told you the way, they switched it up because they was pro God. Have y'all ever thought about that when y'all put these people like God and Satan in the first person form and you think about them like they're humans and they're making decisions that humans makes? Remember, what makes them a God is that their technology or whatever they able to, you know what I mean, do is a step above you. Y'all ever thought of that? Smash that. Like you say, justice was served for the Carmelo Anthony thing. Right. To the victor goes the spoils, vote, and also his story. You know what I mean? It's told. History is historic. You feel me? The victor. Smash that like 20 of y'all in here, man. Let's get them likes up. That's crazy, man. Right, his story. Not a squid head. Ah, scratch that light. A guilty woman must be before execution. Wow. Which Khomeini was that? You, hold on. I thought you might be wrong, fam. You got the Khomeini name spelled wrong. Ayatollah Khomeini, Rahula, or Khomeini. I thought it was the question of whether it was a O or a A or something like that. You just quoting shit, dude. That just because you just quoted that don't justify killing somebody, man. Gradual decay, they playing it to y'all feels. Nah, fam, you saying the names wrong. You know, it was a Khomeini, which was Rahula Khomeini in the 70s and the 80s and shit with the beard. Then there's this guy that just got killed with the beard and his son took over. They two different Khomeinis. All of them ain't the same. It's the, you know what I mean? It's a different vowel. They're different, fam. You mixing that shit up. I'm defending my opinion, chump. You know what I'm saying? Damn motherfuckers ain't do that shit because they said it. They playing into your fears now. You got there going, you know what I mean, expressing your transparency and your fears, fam. You gotta go research those people, man. Don't just come in here because the same way I could take their names out and put a black man's name, the same way y'all with this just propaganda. The face and the person might change, but the same tactics, man. The cone heads. George Floyd, man, fuck him. He was in the way. I feel like he was a distraction. I wasn't on that George Floyd shit. That's for my people. They needed something to get behind because we had been not standing for nothing, which that was the wrong thing. Sometimes we picked the wrong shit. You know what I mean? They monetized us, but we got behind some old guy that was doing, like y'all say, see what I'm saying? At the same time, the Black Lives Matters monetized us. They didn't give us none of the money. They got money from a bunch of guilt, guilty white people. White people that had white guilt. They donated. Black people was just the face of it. They showed a bunch of videos of black people chilling and, you know what I mean? And Black Lives Matter. That's some victim talk. I know my worth. You don't have to tell me that I matter. Shit. Just to show you just made some money off of me. Your dog name is Buster Douglas. Okay. Wow, you say Iran marriage to 8-year-olds is illegal. Wow, at one time in America that was too. And in some backwoods, it's happening right now. Somebody is a 13-year-old is marrying a 16-year-old or some shit. In Appalachia, where you grow up fast and you die young. I mean, but that's just a bunch of misconceptions that you're saying about what those people do in Iran because everybody in Iran is not Muslim. And then they're different kind of Islam than the ones y'all used to. You know what I mean? Y'all used to the Sunnis and the Wahhabis. The Wahhabis is the ones with the money in Saudi Arabia and UAE. But y'all used to the Sunnis that pray 5 times a day and they kind of like conform and they don't go for no girls wearing short skirts and all that stuff. And some of them got their women wearing veils. Shiite and Israel and Iran is different from them. You got to do your history on that stuff, man. It ain't no facts, dude. They don't marry no 8 year old. It's fathers and mothers over there, man. I don't know why y'all try to villainize. Are we against Islam or are we battling Iran too? That's what you got to separate the English from the Dutch, and you can't seem to do that. I ain't looking that shit up. I was a member of Islam in some form or fashion. On the quasi form of it, dealing with the Nation of Islam, to the praying 5 times a day, I've been exposed to it. Staunch performers in that religion and in that quasi group. So, nah, I don't got to go look it up. You the one that's speaking from your fears. You don't want fucking America to become Islam, so you talk about a bunch of hate and shit. That's why some people talk about hate and shit about black people because they don't want America to turn fully black. They like the way it is being ran by the straight white Protestant male. If he can't keep the fucking reins, goddamn give it up. You know what I'm saying? And let another culture prevail. Still maintain as an American, everybody should get a chance to be lit. You feel me? I know you probably looked at it on some supremacist website, dude. You don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't even know why you got there gonna still talking about that shit. Like that's what Americans do though. Worried about Sharia law while the LDS, right. The Latter Day Saints, they keep switching their shit up. They under the banner of Christianity, but they're not Christians because they don't follow Christ. They follow Lemuel. And you don't go to heaven when you're a Latter-day Saint. You go to the celestial kingdom. Ukraine is a puppet of Russia. Ukraine and Russians cousins, man. They always been under the thumb of Russia. Kiev is where the Russians come from. Russian Kiev is in Ukraine, man. Their president was an actor that won an award for being the president while they was at war. And then come to find out now he the president, really? Come on, man. They paying him. He's the highest paid actor right now in the world. Ukraine. Das Vidanya. Ukraine is part of the USSR. Remember, Rocky and the Russian, the dude came from Ukraine. You know what I mean? That was Russia's goddamn bread belt. That's what Russia want back. They want their motherfucking bread belt back. And United States knows it. That's what Ukraine is, y'all. Do your history on Ukraine. The word slave has its origin in Ukraine, Lithuania, Belarus. You know what I mean? Which they call Little Russia, Belarus, Poland, Romania. They have the word slave has its birth there. The peasants, they're Slavic. Their language, even slave language. Slave. Ukraine. Ukraine is in Kiev is in Ukraine, but it's the Russians, that's where they from. You know what I mean? How am I brainwashed? I'm not a communist. I'm just teaching you a little bit about history. Sometimes the shit that we be claiming, you don't even know nothing about it. You just picking sides because it sounds more cool. You read 10 pages of a book and think you know the whole fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? MAGA coat, who believe men that can be women? You know who believe it? People that are attracted men that can be women. People that want to be men. That's who believes it. You feel me? What are you talking about? The MAGA coat said they don't like it, right? Yeah, the Constitution. Man, they need to revamp the Constitution like they need to rewrite the Bible, fam. That shit crazy, dog. They do. They need to revamp the Constitution and revamp the Bible because what was going on a couple of thousand years ago is changed now. And with the induction of artificial intelligence, you know what I'm saying? You just never know. Because there's people online right now that's dating artificial intelligence, that's in love with artificial intelligence. It might be, you know what I mean, motherfucker in love with the AI. What the fuck? Can okay, you said okay, Jimmy. Damn, Dragon. You came in here with that bum shit. Your mama, you must have never heard your daddy say nice things to your mama to come and say Michelle Obama is a woman. I'm telling you, can't have not never saw your daddy compliment your mama to do something like that. But it all good, family. No matter what, man. I can't blame it on your pops. It's you. And guess what Donald Trump would say? You're fired, homie. Chill out with that. But you cannot convert a real man into a fake woman. Okay, a can you convert real intelligence into artificial intelligence? That's the same thing. And you can. All of It's all about how you perceive it. You understand what I'm saying? Because it starts mentally with stuff like that. Some people say it's a mental disorder, but it starts in the mind. And the person that talks to you the most must be talking to you, telling you you're transgender. Yeah, what? You can't understand it, gradual decay, because all you can do is spit a bunch of racist, homophobic, ideologic, heavily filled with, I mean, disdainful, but whatever fucked you over in life. That's all you can spit is a bunch of shit like that, fam. You can't understand it. Pistol Pete, bang bang, I shot you down. That's what it is. What's up with you? I look like Lawrence Fishburne. Curtis, thank you for that. That's a compliment. Because Lawrence Fishburne ain't no bullshit, nigga. I mean, yeah. Well, maybe, and it's because the way I'm talking to you might be getting that. What was his name in what Boys the Men? What's the Boys in the Hood? It was Furious Styles. Exuding being a confident black man. Maybe that's it. And you know what? You tricky too. You just called me fucking the dude from the Matrix. I get that all the time. What's the dude name for the Matrix? Lawrence Fishburne. Yeah. What was his name? Because Papa Joe, Pistol Pete, Gradual Decay. You know what I mean? Akshay Kade. What was the dude name in the Matrix, y'all? The black dude. Neo. What was his name? Morpheus. Salute. Yeah, I used to get that too. That I remind y'all of Morpheus. People was coming in. But then one time I must be losing weight because I used to get Project Pet too, which I don't look nothing like Project Pet ain't got nothing on me. What Savannah Morgan say when JJ painted that picture on Good Times? That ain't me. Smash that like y'all, but I like that Morpheus. Know what I mean? That's what it is. To them, it's not a matter of morality in regards of the LGBTQ, but a matter of demographics. They only care about people who can make babies. Right, forensics. That's why they on the push to populate America, but they trying to populate it with a certain kind of people. That's why they're trying to replenish the herd with those white South Africans, and they want a bunch of people from the Nordics. Know what I mean? Because the Europeans, their bloodline has been deeply diluted. You notice Trump is entertaining people from Greenland, Iceland, Netherlands, everything above Denmark, everybody that's mainly might have been the last bastion of what he trying to preserve. And that's just my opinion, family. But you right though, forensics. Right, thank y'all. Y'all be right, Godfather Morpheus. You said the side of my face looks like him. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Nah, people want to have kids because that's part of the American dream. But now, seemingly, the American dream is changing with these kids that they having. They don't want to have families. What they want to have is fun. They want to be furries. Girls want to got there going sleep with girls. Boys want to sleep with boys. They want to wherever they want to wear. They want to eat vegan foods, live healthy, drink Java Joes, go to got there going Starbucks and eat Chick-fil-A and play their games all day and do their little dress up parties and they just want to what I mean, live life. It's too much hustle and bustle, and the way they getting money is some of them are doing it right from their phones because this is the first time that these people are born completely plugged into the internet, and the internet has made the world so small. And I told y'all once again about this Elon Musk guy. I told y'all he just invented whatever he did. I said the person that's a trillionaire gonna be the person who takes us to the next plateau outside of the phone and the internet and Amazon and the replicator, the person that puts it all together. Know what I'm saying? That shit is crazy. Know what I'm saying? What about the blacks, baby? What's up, Chucking and Jiving? What part of the country you in? What you getting into? I don't even hear about abortions no more. That might be just propaganda. And sometimes it's necessary. If you can't take care of a child or if it's an unwanted child for whatever reasons, or you know what I mean? Y'all try to attribute so many things to one community, and these are facilities that are being used by all Americans. The abortion clinics, the social service, the Veterans Administration, all of these facilities are the public schools. All of them are being engaged by all walks of life. Smash that like, y'all. Abortions, I mean, that was when they was promoting that stripper culture in the black emotion community. A lot of these women are strong and soldiers. They having these kids. See what I'm saying? The Bible allows for abortion. Wow. That's a matter of opinion. I don't get into that Bible stuff because I'm not a supporter or I'm not against the Bible. I just feel like it's just another tool of control. Wow, no. The problem in America is black kids are out of control. You think you Charlie Kirk? I'm supposed to go off with that one, right? No, that's crazy. Okay, what part? What part you coming to? Because if you come to the 757 area, they got two casinos. They got what shit? They got two casinos in my area. Then they got two casinos further out. Depends on what part you coming to. The test of the cheating wife is what the scripture is about. What? Generations with up to 60% of Generation Z and younger millennials actually choosing pets. Right, right. Now that's some good statistics right there, Phoenix. Right, they're not choosing to have kids because of their lifestyle. Right, Larry Fishburne when he got killed on that boat, that was wilding out. That was a good movie right there. That was a good movie. But you know about any of the plays that he was in? He actually is a guy that gonna train. He was in Othello and shit like that off Broadway. Kamala wasn't the president, so how did he do better than Kamala, Kobe? JW, what's up with you? Good afternoon. Right, King Fire. I think it's not a question of hating Trump, like not feeling his policies. That's what I think it is a question of that, not feeling Trump's policies. Obama for the gallows. Why can't Obama just do him? Trump is ignoring the community problems. He's more geopolitical. That's why you can see that he's not being the president right now. Trump is exercising his right as commander in chief as opposed to strengthening the presidency. He's using something that's often looked at as a soft skill and making his hardcore image, and which is soft skill, he ain't even got that going polishing up on the presidency. He's more likely now he's the commander in chief. Now, I mean, y'all got to be able to separate the English from the Dutch. Do you understand that? President Trump is not acting as the president right now. That's one of his, I mean, rights as being elected, but he also elected as a commander in chief. And what he's doing now is in perfect unison with um the military industrial complex, which consists of the Army, Navy, Marines, all the fighting, all that fighting, but also as a money machine, is a corporation. That's who hired him, the military industrial complex. He's the face of it. That's why he's closely associated with Pete Hedgepeth, and there was so much emphasis on him making it the Department of War, in which he came in on a ticket that he said that there wasn't going to war, there wasn't going to be no new wars and all this and that. But now, lo and behold, we striking and striking and striking. Even when we was in the mix of supposed to be signing a treaty with these people, we striking and striking and striking. And that's something that the American army is doing, not the American people. Because a lot of y'all are easily, you know what I mean, manipulated to be hating Muslims when they at war with Iran. Not Muslims. There's more than Muslims in Iran. You know what I'm saying? But y'all are buying into it. And maybe that's what the military industrial complex wants, to get y'all ready for the insurgents again. Is resurging. You know, you got to see who's in power. The Republicans ain't doing it. The Democrats ain't doing it. They showing you that we're in power. They don't have any say so. They're just glorified bureaucrats, pencil pushers, placeholders. They're doing a job no less like your principal. They're just the head of what? Because Donald Trump is showing you by way of executive order and the industrial military complex that we don't need the Republicans. We don't need the Democrats to do this stuff. And he had what? He had 90 days to do it before Congress could declare war, but he wouldn't even went over further. He in his 120 some days now that he been at these people's throat. He said in the beginning the shit was taken care of, and but for what? That he was saving these people. I heard one Iranian from out of their infrastructure say, "Thank you, Donald Trump, for saving us." They like, what the fuck is he doing? Why is he doing it? I mean, you say whites are number one. Wow, Joe. You say life is easy for a white man. No, it's not. It's some. I know all y'all white people in here that can't pay y'all bills, and your wife just left you, and you got an alcohol problem. And you're trying to lose weight. I know y'all not sitting here letting him say that. Answer that question for me, some white person in this chat, man. Life is easy for a white man. Shit, life ain't easy for no Americans, dude. I know y'all not letting Joe say that. Somebody answer that. A white man. Come on now, Kobe. Is life easy for you? You wouldn't be on this fucking chat line, on this chat screen. You say lack of intelligence. Wow. A disgruntled white man. Holler at you, Kobe Bryant, hell pilot. And you say I'm unintelligent or whoever. You said lack of intelligence here, your name. Read your name, dude. That says who you are right there. That's why I take you like that. That's why the conversation between me, I can read your name. That's the first thing. Your first thing that you give me about you is your name. So look at it. That says you tomfoolery. Wow, Joe. You can't pretend shit. Look at that shit. Damn right. What time is it? Yup. It's white supremacist time. Right about now, the PS5 fluctuates. So all the white supremacists come to the BMC. Welcome back. Welcome in. What's good, man? Thank you, forensics. He's a hoe, and you know he's a hoe. Thank you, Infidel. Black is very intelligent and interesting. That's why we're here and not watching your fake channels. Right. I hate when somebody come in here and ask me, do you watch this channel or suggest a channel? Everybody got their own ideologies and stuff they into. I'm competition for them because I'm a content creator. Know what I mean? Why would I go run behind somebody else's ideology? That probably might dilute what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Because with anything, once you ingest it, it has to be processed. It's food, whether it's food for thought or food for your belly. You understand what I'm saying? White supremacy ain't a joke. That shit is real. And some people will do whatever it takes to maintain that supremacy. You know, the culture that we living in is origin by being mixed, but I mean, the bureaucracy, the leadership is predominantly white male, and then they thinking and what they think is good for them, and we'll get just the trickle off. Smash that light. Come on, white supremacy ain't shit. That's the narrative that is pushed. There are many white communities that are having it just yeah. White people having it. Somebody just said white people got the good life. Joe, you thought your brothers was gonna get behind you. He was about somebody else was about to probably text that shit and looked around and know that they got a note on that truck. Know what I'm saying? They might come take the trailer. Jimmy in jail. White boys go to jail too. You got to send him some money. Know what I mean, she might leave. Know what I mean, you refuse to get up. Know what I'm saying? That's the white person that's going through it, or just everyday life issues. Know what I mean, look at that. Just for you saying it, who got him out of here? Wow. Salute forensics. You know what I mean? Snipers, get ready, man. Some days we don't do it, but sometimes like y'all gotta know, Joe. You gotta flow, Joe, or you gotta go, Joe. And you know what Donald Trump will say right now? You're fired. Hit the showers and come back in here with your other Gmail, the new one or the old one. I mean, it doesn't matter, but you're fired right now. Ask any member of those organizations if they're serious about what they're doing. Right. The US versus the state, the end. Yeah, and it's yo, for instance, now you're catching on. Cool to be disagreeing about all this bullshit, but to insult the host is crazy. Know what I mean, what the motherfuckers from New York say, wipe your feet before you step in my house. What that New York, what's that shit? Peter Guns and them. Yeah, wipe your feet. You come in that motherfucker house talking crazy. And not about the fucking situation or what's going on about the host. Like, damn, slap me in my face as you come in. Nah, fuck no. Not fuck no. What Martin say? Get the fuck out. Get out, everybody. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing when you show me that you have even disrespect for somebody. That means get down. You know you ain't even got respect for yourself. To cover yourself with respect is no matter what's your opinion, it's how you display it. It's not what you feel. It's how you do it. I mean, how you express that emotion. Because everything got every emotions up. Maybe you was born highly in a racist community. Maybe you were born in a community that was upper epsilon, even lower income. But don't wear it on your sleeve, you know what I mean? Because to have integrity comes whether you got $1 million or just $1. Integrity is something that's built off of character. So to come in and just say some crazy shit and it's not even, you know what I mean, expressing yourself against what we talking about. We talking about did you vote for this mess? You come in, I mean, that shows you who you are. You the angry motherfucker at the line. When the person come to the window, you always looking in the bag, wanting more fries or trying to get something for free. Get what's yours, motherfucker. And if you really gangster like you, some of y'all talk, take what you want. You a gangster, ain't you? Smash that like. Did you vote for this mess? Is the topic, man. I'm gonna change it though, because it seems like a lot of people in here that's upset. I'm gonna just play off of your character because that's what I'm getting. I'm gonna change this shit and watch this shit. Y'all gonna express yourselves. Watch this shit. It's gonna get crazy once when I change it. And then I said I was gonna change it. I don't even see the option to change that shit. That's crazy. That I tucked that joint down. I don't even see the option to change it. That's wild. Smash that like, share me out. Just when I said I was gonna change it. Make sure y'all taking the poll, fam. Did you vote for this mess? Let's look at the poll. Trump, 45% approve. Okay. 32% disapprove. 9% 50-50. 14% it was Obama and the Dems' fault. Damn, y'all harbor a lot of ill will towards goddamn Obama. America First says the money power they run on international system in which the infinite mobility of money, its capacity to create financial chaos and panic can bring down any government that dares to oppose it. Right. The same way they created United States with that money, they can create another one. And I say they're looking at China now, and that's why America is more Asian friendly, less friendly with Europe because they're not bringing nothing to the table. I don't know, Devious Chris, man, he might be you know, it probably summertime there too, ain't it? It might be at the height of tourism. He doing a little something with his building, so he say he doing a little something with his corporations, probably. The Shit, respect. Shit, that's a goddamn Lil Kim and them song. Money, power, respect. I don't know. Okay, okay, okay. Well, then he might be shutting down. What is the blank? America first. Don't hold us on a cliffhanger. Tell us what it is. Drop that knowledge. Why you got all 11 of us attention? You never know which one. No matter how many people or how less, you never know who's in here. 11 people. That one might be the future. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? The Jews. The Jews is a derogatory name, just like calling somebody a spicker, a chink, man. The Jews. If the Jews had so much control here, they'll be here. They wouldn't be in on the Levant trying to hold up the country of Israel because that's just a created country. The business they wouldn't even be trying to keep the business of Israel going. The Jews, you know that the Israelis that y'all always regulate that are the Jews are more than just Jews. It's Christians. It's um, Russian. I mean, everybody that got kicked out of Europe. Yeah, that flag right there, that's Israelis. That's not the Jews. That's why I say it's a derogatory name for anybody that got kicked out of Eastern and Western Europe. They sold their property that that's Israel on underneath of the Palestinians, the British and the French did after Lawrence of Arabia and all that World War One shit. They sold the property right up from under the Palestinian people to the people that by way of the Rothschilds and the other people that got kicked out of Eastern and Western Europe, so that the white people can have their country. But they did not look at the servants and stuff. The white people in Europe, their equivalent of a illegal alien is Africans and people of Middle Eastern and Asian, like Filipinos and descent that they brought in as the help. And as the help came, their cousins snuck over. So now the South is rising again and is talking Igbo. That Africa is turning Europe into, you know what I mean, little Nigeria, little Somalia. You feel me? That's what you United Kingdom is the first one to experience it. Hence the name United Kingdom, which is England, Scotland, Wales. Sometimes they include the Isle of Man and loosely Ireland, because some parts are still controlled, like Northern Ireland around Belfast. But you know what I'm saying? Name you a Palestinian leader in history. Yasser Arafat from the PLO. He was Palestinian. Hence the name PLO. Yasser Arafat, you said name you a Palestinian leader. Shit, Goliath. Philistine and Palestine is the same thing. It just, you know what I mean? They changed the words a little bit so the fuck you're thinking it's different. Shalom and Salam is the same thing. Peace. They change it up a little bit, and you thinking you saying something alien. A Palestinian leader from Egypt, a leader from Egypt that was black was Anwar Sadat. It doesn't matter where he was born. He was Palestinian. Saddam Hussein was born in fucking Yemen, but he was the head of fucking Iraq. He was from Yemen. He was just from his people from Tikrit in Iran. You understand? You got to know that the borders that y'all looking at was created by white people. They're not; those borders are not international only because of NATO. There was no borders like that. Philistines were not Greek. They told you that. The Greeks learned from the Philistines off of the Levant. The Philistines were just children of the Phoenicians. The whole Levant from Lebanon and Syria, Jordan. I mean, all of that shit was controlled by the Phoenicians, which I would say was the warehouse of the gods and of Africa. That was the trading post for the world. That's why they went out and started all different kind of like trading posts in Carthage. Um, Barcelona, Spain was made by the Phoenicians, black men. Hannibal Barca, I mean, his daddy was named, Barcelona, Spain was named after Hamilcar Barca. Do some history, man, and stop quoting all this supremacy shit. And you don't even know you quoting the supremacy shit. Nah, the Levant was nothing but Northern Africa. Saudi Arabia was African. Arabs were black until they came, Lawrence of Arabia went and say, nah, we about to take this over and we're going to give them a divinity, these Saudis, and say they were ordained by God and make them forever being the leaders of this shit. Y'all got to do history, man. This shit crazy, dog. But it's fun to read a lot of, to quote a lot of shit, or you know what I mean, regurgitate this shit that I read in y'all books that you didn't, and you just be on the upper layer of what you think and dealing with your fears on your response on what I'm telling you, and I'm telling you really what happened. Arabs are from Africa, motherfucker. You ever seen an Ethiopian? That's a fucking Arabian African. Arab was black. Yemens are black. You understand? That's why they say the Queen of Sheba either was from Ethiopia or Yemen. Huh? Wow. But you didn't say how I sounded. I look uneducated. Of course, that's not what I'm trying to give off. I'm trying to give off smooth, suave, laid back, high as fuck. Because I know your nose ass just see me smoke that blunt. But uneducated, that's all in what I'm saying. So I noticed you didn't say I sound uneducated. That's the key in the wording, dummy. I don't. One monkey don't motherfucking swing so well. I found another one with a longer tail, Hood Hammer. When you said you don't recommend this channel, you ain't shit. So because you don't recommend it, I'm cool. You ain't shit. You ain't DJ Academics or nobody. You just some motherfucker disgruntled, probably overweight, diabetes, worms in your belly. You know what I mean? Ain't never really had no pussy in your life, ass motherfucker. Because that be the ones that's not confident in themselves. Because knowing a motherfucker that's doing better than me, that feel like they're better than me, will not have nothing to say because they're too busy being better and doing better than me. Family. Nah, but you know, in comment and rant and stuff, that's what they do. Well, you know what I mean? I read fast and I comprehend. I'm quick on the draw. Look at him. Shut up. Joker's call. You a joker. So I don't even take you seriously. You a joker. That's your name. It's all in your name. I don't take you seriously, homie. Take the pole, Joker. Smash that like. You the type of motherfucker that if you told me you was about to goddamn take yourself out, I'll put Van Halen on. My favorite Van Halen song. Jump. Go ahead and jump. Smash that like. Sunborn. Joker call. Hood Hammer. Whatever. Did y'all get over there and turn on the notification? I mean, did you smash the like? I mean, I know Sunborn, they'd rather see me clowning and talking crazy, screaming into the phone with no direction. They don't want to see knowledge being dropped, whether they agree with it or not. That's what makes them upset. And even that I'm not up here either bashing Trump or promoting him or promoting some black power movement. I am a black power movement in myself. You understand? I know my worth. That's what it is. It kills them. It kills them. And a lot of times the shit that I'm saying, they be Googling it, whether they admit it or not. It's not true. They'll take a lie to the grave, but the truth they'll sweep it and cover it up. You feel me? And that's crazy. A motherfucker will take a lie to the grave, but the truth they will cover it up. Smash that like y'all. Share me out. Did Trump win the war? Is it really over? Why food and gas still high? And will Obama do a better job? Is the topic. Seemingly nobody is, I mean, really even concerned with that. Everybody is just so up in the upworld of what Joe Biden do. He was asleep. Now what's going on? Donald Trump, we know he not. He on TV every motherfucking day, passing another motherfucking law. Know what I mean? Doing something crazy. Executive order, shall we say, not a law, but executive order. And promoting the military infrastructure. Know what I mean? The industrial complex. A word that some of y'all don't even know what it is. Google that shit. And what the military industrial complex is. Smash that like. That's who you need to be watching. Donald Trump is not the president right now. He's the commander in chief. He's on some military shit. He got on his fatigue, sort of like the Ukraine nigga. He fighting a proxy war over here and a full fledged war in Iran. Believe that he's not exercising his power as the president. The power to the people is the president. Know what I mean, he's exercising the size because he's not a politician. More likely, if he was a politician, he would be trying to be a good president. But being that he's a businessman, he's trying to be a good commander in chief, and he's trying to run the military industrial complex. You see what I'm saying? They hired him. They might have been fans of him with The Apprentice, or they know that he's a easily puppet. He's a mouthpiece that'll say anything and divert y'all attention from the military industrial complex being in power because their name hasn't been spoken. That's another thing you got to know about power. You will never know who really is, but you got to look at who stands the most to gain from this, and which is military expansion and military establishing their dominance and their control. And so that's nothing that the Republicans and Democrats was into. So you can tell that it is exercising his power as the commander in chief, not being the president, because he would have been dealing with the butter as opposed to the guns in the equation of guns and butter. You feel me? Is it going over your head? He is the commander in chief and he is the president, but at different times that he exude that executive power. And it's two different things. The president, you know what I mean, really is on the butter side. You said Carmelo found this seat in prison. Dang. It is what it is. If he found his seat, he found his seat. Poor Bivor. What is a watermelon felon? And por favor, that's what they're gonna be saying because when the South rise again, because they're gonna be speaking Spanish. Smash that like. There's 19 of y'all in here. Let's get them lights up to 100, man. Let's up, 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 up. Let's go, y'all. Let's go, fam. Smash that like. Smash that like, y'all. Share me out. Yeah. But which job is he doing? The commander in chief is different from the president. The commander in chief is when he controls the military, I mean, industrial complex. Dude, you got to understand each position is like a title. His Royal Highness, you know what I mean? Everybody knows that the Duke of York eventually becomes the King of England if he can survive his, you know what I mean? Smash that like. You can't even comprehend the question, family. I'm asking you, is Donald Trump doing more presidential stuff, which is for the people, building up the infrastructure, and then, or is he doing commander in chief shit where he's listening to the military, you know what I mean, and everybody that come with that. God damn, you come in and try to say some shit like that. We sure do know it, but the commander in chief is the commander in chief of what? The military, right? Right? That's the military side of it. It's like the monarchy now in England is not running the country, so they don't have no they don't have no judiciary. They ain't got nothing to do with the laws, but what they is still the faith and the spiritual heart of it. I mean, they're the face of it. The commander in chief and the president do different things, right? You know that job can be separated because before George Washington was was president, he was commander in chief, right? It's two different jobs. Before George Washington was president, he was commander in chief. That was over the military, and now is the military industrial complex. Man, Poland doing good. Shout out Lech Lewinsky and Solidarity in the 80s. Remember, Poland was on that Solidarity shit. Lech Lech Walesa was the head of the Solidarity when the Polish people was, and Polish people always been treated like slaves too. That's why Poland and what is that, Lithuania, they're closely associated. They each try to establish their own identity, but they had banded together against Russia for centuries. Smash that like. That's what I just said. The commander in chief is the commander in chief of the fucking armed forces. So it's two different things. Which job is he doing? Is he doing the job as the commander in chief the most or as the president? It's two different positions. The president is when they deal with the infrastructure, guns and butter. Thus far, we have had a bunch of presidents. George Bush and them was similarly on the fits with it. They did a lot of heavy working with the infrastructure. Right, like I'm saying, is he doing his position as the commander in chief first off and foremost, or as the president first off and foremost? I'm gonna say from the moves he making is the commander in chief because it looks like the Democrats are not in charge, the Republicans are not in charge. Nobody that backed him, MAGA, is not in charge. He's making a lot of military moves, so I say he's the commander in chief. Yes, to what that he's really the commander in chief right now. He's not the president, right? Because the military infrastructure is controlling industrial shit. Smash that like, y'all. Man, I ain't worried about fucking Poland. I'm in America. I used to do research on different countries. Right now, I got to research how to make this country better, man. Donald Trump might not be with that MAGA shit. I'm not with MAGA. I'm just with having a peaceful feng shui, man. The only way that we're gonna get this country in order is we get the feng shui right. You know what I mean? Anything that's in the way of us, you know what I mean, becoming positive, productive Americans, we need to get it out of the fucking way. Get the feng shui right in this motherfucker, man. Poland. The fuck? Poland, I told you Poland was down. You know anything about Walenza and the solidarity movement? What's going on, Nicole's budget? Did you get Donald Trump anything for his birthday yesterday? And what's your opinion on this? Okay, because Nicole's budget, for instance, Sassy Mo, y'all all say that Donald Trump should be doing what the people want. Would you say Donald Trump is doing the job of the president, which is supposed to be for the people and the infrastructure, or for the Joint Chief of Staffs and everybody that's a member of the industrial military, the military industrial complex, as I'm saying it, right? That's what that shit is on the stock market, is everywhere. Dow Jones, all that shit. That's the money behind the military. It's more than just soldiers and shit. That's what the budget is. You said you wouldn't waste your money on them. Smash that like. Y'all gotta realize he's playing the commander in chief now. He doing what the military want him to do. Ain't no Americans riding around like we need to hit Venezuela. We need to hit Iran. That's his commander in chief stuff. That's not what America wants. A lot of y'all are coming in here saying, because you know Iran, you can marry an 8-year-old. Goddamn, I thought that was Muhammad. Muhammad wasn't in Iran. He was in somewhere in Mecca somewhere. That shit crazy. Y'all would take one thing, run with it, and switch it up to go with what you trying to stand on. You know, before they were saying that the Iranians do that shit and did it, they were saying it was Muhammad, and Muhammad was like, it was like saying Jesus wanted a pimp because he was running with in a gang. He was running with 12 dudes and 3 women that were seemingly selling fish and fish. Remember, we got to start romanticizing this stuff. Okay, if Jesus was just a regular worker, like some people say brick mason, some people say carpenter, he was just a workman. So think about what a workman doing right now: drinking on the job, cussing, 12 niggas with him. That's a gang. They 300 years later they say they was disciples and they was holy. You know what I mean? The same as with 300 years now, Larry Hoover gonna be like a gang guard or whoever created the Bloods and Crips, Tukey and them. But Jesus was just a regular person, and that's what all it is showing you that a regular person can make an impact on the whole world. That's all that you got to get out of that. I mean, but you romanticize it and you don't look at it for what it really was. And if y'all really into Christianity, go check out Jesus for Grandmas. His grandma Ann, she was born without sex either. She was an immaculate conception like her grandson. Go Google it. Ann. That's why a lot of times people are named Anne Marie, whether you know it or not. Anne Marie is hence to um, the French, where they accepted that Jesus' family, the people that y'all attribute to Jesus, Mary and all her people escaped to France by way of the Merovingian people. This is do your research on all this stuff, man. But Anne Marie, that's why that name is oftentimes Anne. I mean, mother of Mary, Anne Marie, Mary Ann is always. You know what I mean, because that was her mama. Go Google it. Top of the top, Akeem. What's up with you, Akeem Page? Start super supporter too, man. Salute. Good to got there gonna see you. What's going on? Damian Phillips back in the house. Free Carmelo Anthony. Damian Phillips, what part of the country you in, fam? Akeem, what's your position on the Carmelo Anthony thing? I got you. Your super hat. Yeah, that's why I switched up to the Cash App for a little bit. It's Nightbot posting it too. YouTube doing that shit. They got me in the backyard for some reason. You know they can't stop the shining though. It's like that. That's how you know you like that. You nobody till somebody kills you, and they trying to kill the vibe. But you know I just keep on vibing. Oh, Houston. Okay, Damian Phillips. So, what's your opinion? Once again, you saying free Carmelo? Are you saying free Carmelo because you think that his rights were violated by his due process in court, or are you saying free Carmelo because he was defending himself? I mean, I say they was mutual combatants. Yeah, or they'll fucking play games with it, Akeem. They'll play games with it, brother. We are at 50, the halfway mark, man. Let's get 100 in this live stream real quick. Fam, what's good? What's for lunch? And Akeem, are you going to work or you off work or on your way to work? I know a lot of times when you stop in, you either be on your lunch break, going to work, or going home, you know what I mean, to do your thizzle. You said it was a little of both Damian Phillips. Okay, okay. I'm gonna say a little of both too. I would say a lot of fucking immaturity on both sides. The two kids, they were kids, 17 years old. You still look at it as a kid when you're 25 years old, let alone being 17. You know how dumb you was when you were 17. Both of them did some dumb shit. You know what I mean? And it was face to face. He didn't stab him in the back. Smash that light. But we'll blow it out of proportions because that's what America is built up off of. The racial divide. You know what I mean? The damn, that could have been my son. Because that's what's the opinion of both sides and how they're coming at it. Because a white guy lost his son and a black guy's son going to prison. So we both are looking at it like that with our opinions too. You gotta believe it. Like both of us, you see what I'm saying? In the white community background, I understand it. Because if you look at it, if I was a white man and my son got killed by a black guy, I could say, damn, that was my son. But I am a black man and my son and a black and if it was my son that killed a white guy, I could be like, damn, that was my son. You see what I'm saying? Smash that light. So that comes with the like, this gonna sound cliche, but what damn if I do and damn if I don't. You feel me? Both sides lose. That's my opinion. Everybody lost that day. Right, Damien. That's what I'm saying. We got to look at it like that. Flip side of the coin. Everybody got their opinion off of the data and analytics they was raised on too, on what they was taught to believe in or to represent, where they at in their integrity in life too. So we can't blame it on just y'all are racist, you racist, you're racist. Nah, that's what Americans are. We are whatever data and analytics that create us, or what, depending on where we from, is what kind of racism we have, what kind of homophobias, what kind of, I mean, how misogynistic we are, and what level. Some of, I mean, it just depends on where we from. Smash that light. We can't see that though, because we too busy thinking our differences are what keeps us apart. Our differences is what keep us together. You feel me? You might not have this, but I got that, so I can go over here. Know what I'm saying? Smash that like, shut me out, y'all. Iran war, did Trump lose? Why food gas still high? Would Obama do a better job? Who divided America? Wow, I'm looking at this shit that my title is fucked up. It says Obama divided America. Something happened with that. Smash that like, wow, I got to pay more attention. That shit says, wow, my who is gone. Who fucking did that? What's going on? Upper crust, what's up with you? Upper crust. Do you do a jump out of New York? Your content out of New York. What's up with you? There's 10 of y'all in here. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks for number 51 hitting that like button. Let's get them likes up, fam. And leave a comment for those of us that catch this on the playback. Who divided America in your opinion? You know what I'm saying? May the best propaganda win. Right. That's what happens. I like to say whoever is the best liar. That's who I'll vote for. He tell the best lie. Can you lie better than him? Yeah, they're not. That's what I'm saying. Is Donald Trump the president working closely with the Senate and Congress, or is he the commander in chief working with the military industrial complex? Sarah Cassara, you was in here yesterday, says, I love the United States and I am proud to be an American. Wow, I like that. What part of the country you in, Sarah Cassara? We need someone that is for the people for real. That's, I mean, for real. All of them are interest based. Whoever put the most money into their shit is who they, you know what I mean? Okay, Sarah. So you right there in the heart of Carmelo Anthony country right now. So you're a hotbed for racism. What's your opinion on it, Sarah Cassera? Do you feel like Carmelo got what he deserved or he didn't deserve it? Uh-uh. I ain't even see that stuff last night with the UFC stuff. And you know what? I did not see that. And that's crazy. See, Donald Trump told him to say that. A fucking drunk redneck drinking. I'm glad I didn't say it. I'm glad I did. I think I might. I'm gonna end this live stream out, and I might go check that out and do deep dive into that, man. Right. So you remember when the white supremacists were trying to get involved back then? Jake Lang and Jeff Metcalf was on the phone talking about he wasn't racist. He didn't want to start the racial divide. It's like they was brewing right then. Right, Damien. He is. No, not Israel is not got nothing to do with the complex. Israel trying to get integrated with the industrial complex because we created Israel, their industrial military complex. We created their shit and we fund it and they're using our weapons. So like that missile system that the blocking system that Israel has ain't nothing but the old Ronald Reagan Star Wars. It works better on a smaller area than it was going to be to protect the whole United States. You notice they don't ever say we got the Star Wars defense because that shit old school. We got something else now. And plus, they can't launch a missile unless they got their own global positioning. We got to lock on global positions. There's other global positioning around with satellites and stuff with different countries, but we got the lock on the official global position that everybody turned to use in the world. We got the lock on it. So now it's not no less the dollar that's um, holding our supremacy on world geopolitics. It's our technology. The dollar used to be what because we were supporting everybody. Now, where we got a lock on certain things. Oh yeah, but what about all the other things when he? What? So what do you think? The name calling was out of anger because their son killed his son. You think it was out of anger? Because sometimes out of anger you can say shit that you can't take back. Smash that like. Well, if Carmelo was being charged that as an adult, he turned down the plea bargain. And that's the case. Why don't we hold the parents accountable as well as we hold Jeff accountable? You know what I mean, for his side of the things with his son. It was up to Carmelo to take the plea bargain if he was being tried as an adult. Smash that like. Because there's so much intrigue and controversy swirling around it. I mean, I could see it bubbling and brewing. You know what I mean? Yeah, of Waterman and Felon. Yeah, But what is a watermelon felon? But you can't call the water if you call the watermelon felon you. So he could call him a nigga out of anger too, right? He's a nigger. He was just mad. Nah, that's what he really felt. Yeah, look at what he's been through. You think Carmelo Anthony and them family ain't lose somebody? Right, but we try to whitewash it. We romanticize a dead kid. That he was a bully. No doubt he shouldn't have died like that. Carmelo Anthony should be in jail for 35 years. We gotta fault the parents. Where was they at? Both of them, all four of them. Because you notice Jeff Metcalf, they doing the same thing they always do. They keeping the sanctity of white womanhood free of any stain. And they'll call Michelle Obama a man at the fucking White House. Like, what kind of shit is we running here, America? What kind of fucking shit is that? Know what I mean? Jeff Metcalf is a grifter simile. He said he didn't say nothing racist before because it was an NDA. Now he's free to run his motherfucking mouth. If Carmelo and them peoples is grifters, Jeff is too. Just to show us he's not doing no free interviews. He's getting paid to do this shit. Of course, you'll say they're good family because you live with them. That seems like that's your peers. To say they was bad was say to know where you come from is bad. Of course, you'll have that. And then y'all got the same demographics, right? You know that Camelo and them, you would not know their family because they're not from there. They're from Louisiana, a totally different culture, a totally different lifestyle. Of course, you'll say you'll stand with Jeff and them. That's the same as it is. More likely, we'll stand with a black man before we stand with a white man, just by color alone. I mean, and some of us will have black guilt and we don't. But I understand why you're making that assumption of they're good peoples, and because hence that you say they're bad people, that means that's gonna speak for a lot where you come from. Of course, smash that like family. You know exactly that. Of course she will. She'll say that. I wouldn't think nothing less of you. That means you ain't shit. I hate when somebody go against family, and you probably consider Jeff Metcalf and them family, good white folks, just as well as I consider Kamala Anthony and them family, black folks, good black folks. Just you know what I mean. All of us got our ways. Smash that like. Smash that like we about to wrap this one up, y'all. Okay, hold on. Maybe not. A dope conversation is being engaged. Okay. Sarah Casera, and still when the doors close, says Nicole's Budgets, in someone's home, you don't know what goes on. That's true indeed. See what I'm saying? You said you trust somebody that knows them personally. That's crazy. Maybe that person is part of the conspiracy. Shit. You knew the fucking grocery store owner, the sheriff, the football coach closely, but you also knew that they was Ku Klux Klan. You understand? Because they was crew. You understand with that with saying something like that? You don't know what they doing inside their house. No, what's shocking y'all is that somebody stepped up and whooped one of y'all asses. Just so happened the murder came with it. Smash that like y'all. Shut me out. That's crazy. You trying to got that going speak for those people's uh integrity. Smash that like. Five of y'all in here, man. What y'all think, man? Leave a comment below. I might have to change the title up. That's seemingly still a hot topic in America. That Carmelo Anthony. Wow. Why do y'all think it's stirring so much emotion in Americans? Why is this Carmelo Anthony stuff stirring so much emotion? Smash that like, y'all. Right, and that's for real right there, Ruff. Where you been at, Rough Frame? What's up with you? I'm gonna let it rock for a few minutes. My peoples might be come through here. My super supporters. Rough Frame, have you got over there and supported the Black Money Corp e-bike foundation, man? All we asking for is $1 cash out. We trying to get this e-bike funded, man. If not, I'm like I said, I'm in a 30 day time span right now to wind down. I'm gonna go ahead and jump on the motherfucker. But you know what I mean? Get in on the support. Okay, grandfather duty. That's what it is. I mean, that's the best place to be. Okay. Smash that like, y'all. I think I'm gonna have to revisit the Carmelo Anthony Austin situation because shit, that might be the gateway to settling this shit once and for all. Because we'll come together for this shit to either promote that Carmelo was innocent and he got a bum rap, or we'll promote that he was this murderous thug. You know what I mean, nobody really answering for Austin, but they're answering for themselves. Only Austin knows if Anthony was a murderer or he just got the best of him that day. Only Anthony knows, and only Austin and Carmelo know. Smash that like, y'all. Shut me out. Matter of fact, we're gonna wrap this up, man. Leave a comment below. Is Donald Trump exercising his right to be the president or the commander in chief being controlled by the military? Hold on, let me get in the military industrial complex. Thanks everybody that came through and showed their super support. We'll be back with another, dope topic for Americans to discuss.